Yeah, we know that they played really well. It was a game where everything went to plan. Today, again, they won the toss. They're comfortable fielding first. And you just think that the first 6 overs, the power play, defines the game. That man on screen, say no more.
He is the spearhead. He sets the tone for the match. For any match he plays, he has become the premier fast bowler for Pakistan. Just 21 years of age, Shaheen Shah Afridi. And what he did, he dismantled the top of the order for India the other night with the removal of KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma. And that's what he'll be aiming to do tonight. New Zealand, having been put into bat by Babar Azam, Pakistan's captain, playing on a fresh pitch, a new pitch here in Sharjah. Martin Guptill, wonderful player over the years for New Zealand, with a strike rate of 136. And their best, that 105 against Australia in Auckland 3 years ago. And Daryl Mitchell, it's only his 16th T20 international. He's got a top score where he's looking to double that at least. 34 not out against Bangladesh at Napier in March this year. Strike rate is healthy at 137. And players will take a knee and in their stand against racism at all levels, not just in cricket, but across the globe. Now there's the man, Shaheen Shah Afridi, left arm fast, very fast. You could put left arm fast swing, destroyer in there. 3 for 20, his best. The rocket launcher from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, from Landi Kotal. They would be so proud of him there right now as he hopes to emulate what he did against India. He's bowling from the pavilion end of Sharjah. Here we go. Shaheen Shah Afridi. Oh, he's got it to swing straight away. That's the shape he always looks to achieve.
Yeah, the first over with Shaheen Shah Afridi is always an event. And it is an event because he will bowl full. He'll get the ball to swing back in, deadly against right-handers. And you need to have your balance absolutely perfect as a right-handed opener.
For bowls, that's all right. You don't mind that going straight on because that lets the batsman know, okay, he's going to bowl that one as well, which means he's going to be looking out for the one that does swing back. Got some milestones in this match. It's 50th match as captain in T20Is for Kane Williamson. Martin Guptill is 3 short of 156s in T20 internationals. He's got 2 centuries at T20 international level. He's got 4 in T20 cricket. Been a mainstay for New Zealand for many, many years. Oh, he's gone after him. Bit of bottom hand coming into the shot. There's a bit of aggression from Martin Guptill then. Shoaib Malik, the Peter Pan of Pakistan cricket. Michael Gough, former top-order batsman in county cricket in England. And Richard Kettleburn, played a number of counties as well. Batsman, bowler, useful all-rounder. He'd love me to say that. I think he was a batsman more than a bowler. hasn't quite got that prodigious swing that we saw in this first over against India, but there's no shortage of pace here. It's 144 Ks. And he runs in every single ball. There's no question that he's going to slow up. I mean, he does have the slower ball, but in his mind is the ball absolute exocets. And if they swing, that's a bonus.
And the aura in the first over, so 4 deliveries gone, and you're thinking wickets rather than trying to save runs.
Gets the Yorker in. He's a magnificent deliverer of the Yorker. And just a couple of nights ago, Shaheen Shah Afridi destroyed India at the top of the order. Rohit Sharma, LBW, bang in front, and then knocking over KL Rahul is the informed man. And a prize scalp of the skipper, Virat Kohli.
Yeah, look at the speed. Speed's right up there, and when that ball swings, he's deadly. That ball to KL Rahul, well, you can watch that on a loop.
They've gone up, they've gone up. The Michael Goff is unmoved. It's a maiden to start from Shaheen Shah Afridi.
এইটা নেন তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউটসার্স কমছে আর সেট
So we've had left arm raw pace from one end, and we're going to have left arm spin from Imad Wasim. 5 for 14 is best. It's the economy rate at 6.35 that is so reassuring for any captain, because you know generally you can rely on spin to open the bowling. But this is something he's done for Karachi Kings. It's not really an extravagant spinner of the ball. He rather uses his fingers in a split motion to bowl it seam up, and that was the last ball from Shaheen that did not swing.
Becomes a dangerous delivery with the left armour. Ball just going straight on with the angle.
They're going to look for 2, and I don't think they're going to get 2.
Alan, the issue here is that both Shaheen Shah Afridi and Imad Wasim like bowling to right-handers at the top. The ball from Imad also will just sort of swerve back into the right-hander, giving them no room at all. So if you're going to take him out of the attack or smash him, you've got to take a risk. This man is always on the money, so the power play overs are very difficult.
So Martin Gupta, who played out a maiden the first over from Shaheen. He's got an 80 against Pakistan at Mohali in March 2016. That was in the World T20, as it was called then. He won the Player of the Match award. New Zealand won that match 5 years ago, that was. Ooh, there's a little bit of a stutter then from Gupta. Don't think he was that assured of taking the single.
Just a second run off the innings. He's tried to give him a bit of space, but wasn't there. Martin Gupta wasn't sure if his partner was coming or not.
ball man.
Oh!
Well, it's a new pitch for this match. It's got a real sheen to it. And a different colour. It's almost like a grey in colour. But we had more runs on the previous pitches. Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and of course Afghanistan rattled up a total against Scotland. Well, that's through. That should be 4 runs, and it will be 4. First boundary of the innings. 2 gone, 7 for no wicket.
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
ঠান্ডা বা গরম কিছু খেলে দাঁতে যে শিরশিরে অনুভূতি হয় সেটাই দাঁতের সেনসিটিভিটি। দ্রুত সমাধান না করলে এটি আরও গুরুতর হতে পারে। ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন, কারণ সেন্সোডাইন দাঁতের সেনসিটিভিটি থেকে আরাম দেয়।
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি, ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
It's going to be a second over from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Trent bowls on the right. He'll be looking to see how Afridi bowls here to see if there is swing tonight. The first ball of the match swung. Nothing else in that over did. But Babar Azam is keeping himself at slip again, as he did in the first over.
Martin Guptill get this through the offside, but look at where he's standing. He's almost outside leg stump, allowing Imar to bowl at the stumps. It gives himself space because the ball's always drifting back in. That's why he was able to pierce the offside, because he had enough room to work with, because he's standing away from the stumps, as in staying leg side of the stumps.
Deep backward square, leg side for Shaheen. And that's the man right there. So he'll save the boundary. You really need him there a little bit squarer on this ground, because that's a very short boundary there. Asif Ali, the fielder, out there. So it's only a 55-metre distance down there on that segment tonight, because this pitch has been pushed over towards the road. There you go, it's 55, 61, and it's a little bit further on the other side, which was the shorter boundary for 2 matches here in the previous 2 nights. It's good line, but again, there's no swing. Hassan Ali's fielding quite deep there at mid-off. He's right on the circles. So it's, when you've got some athletes out there in the middle, you're going to take a single. Against India, the ball swung. It swung prodigiously. Extravagant swing. It was one of the best deliveries you could ever dream of bowling. And to remove KL Rahul in the power play, he bowled it straight and he swung it and he got it right. Absolutely spot on. Couple here tonight, he's just pitched it outside leg stump and it's just banging the ball in. He's not looking for swing.
A different venue, Sharjah, and you almost have to pull that length back on this pitch. In Dubai, he was fantastic with that new ball, and I know you're partial to a left armour, but that delivery to KL Rahul. Rahul is probably in the form of his life, and he couldn't lay bat on it because it was so good.
Short and wide and through for 4. That's a slap through extra. Extraordinary shot.
Well, what Mitchell has done well here, yes, it was short, yes, it was wide, but he's tried to hit it straight and keep with the shot rather than going square. More opportunity when you flat bat it on a slow pitch.
I think Shaheen is working to strategy here. Short, hard, back of a length is the ball that has been yielding fewer runs. And so that he's not looking for too much swing. He's not looking to bowl it as full. He's got away with that. He's got away with it down the leg side. 3 gone, 15 for no wicket.
চাঙ্গা।
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
Imad Wasim will bowl the second over. He does this for the Karachi Kings, where he's captain in the PSL. Fielded. No more than 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle in the first 6 overs, the power play. It's good stuff, this by Imad. He bowls it quick enough so that you can't rush down the pitch to him as well.
And keeps coming back at you, so you've got to make your own room. Plus, he's always bowling that short of a length, so doesn't allow you the length to hit him down the ground. On these slow pitches, he's very difficult to get away.
You know, Martin Guptill has now used up 13 balls for 6. It'll probably start beginning to play on his mind that he's eating deliveries here.
Now, something's got to give. Rizwan just shouting out that don't give him a full delivery.
3 dot balls. Plenty of talking from behind the stumps from Rizwan. So Daryl Mitchell, who's opening here tonight, in fact, that's a new role for him. He'd never opened the innings in 102 T20 innings before tonight. Daryl Mitchell. So new territory for him. Just a single. Again, it's that nagging length that you talk about, Bazid.
Yeah, superb. Just short of a length. And on these pitches, I talk about the UAE pitches time and time again. There aren't pitches which will come onto the bat. They're slightly slow. So even for a spinner, if you can call him out that, he's swinging the ball with the new ball. Even for him, this back of a length, and he's done that so well. Now, Martin Guptill is trying to take him downtown, and he still just persists back of a length.
Which is why they've moved deep mid-wicket straighter here. Now, there's a long on and a deep mid-wicket for this final ball of the 4th. Just dropped it short. And that's been hit away for a boundary. 21 for naught from 4.
And a smash straight to Shoaib Malik, and it's just gone through. Probably the first mistake in this world.
Oh, green tea, right? তো বলি স্কিন এত সুন্দর কেন? থ্যাঙ্কস, বাট নর্মাল টি। এখন নিশ্চয় পার্লারে না, ডিরেক্ট পার্টিতে।
সবাই তো জিলাস হবেই। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন, ডাবল ময়শ্চারে ডাবল কেয়ারে বিউটিফুল স্কিন। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে, আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
Those are the kind of stops you've got to make. That's why the bowler was just a little bit annoyed, put it that way. Kane Williamson due in at 3 for the New Zealand Black Caps, put into bat here tonight by Babar Azam. Now we're going to see the pace of Hassan Ali. As medium fast, he can generate some decent pace. Oh, lofted. That's a great looking shot. It's got plenty on it for 6.
A beautiful shot. And it's gone all the way. Stays with the shot. Back plane absolutely straight. And it goes the distance. maximum of the first ball. So pressure on straight away. The new bowler, Hassan Ali.
Well, he's a tall man, Daryl Mitchell, and very elegant. T20worldcup.com player of the day. And you can go on there and just vote for your player of the day. No timing on that one, so he'll take the single. I just wonder whether that strike down the ground will just instigate some new thinking for Martin Guptill, who hasn't quite found his timing. He's got 11 from 15 and 4 of those from a misfield.
Well, also what this does is that Hassan Ali was the only bowler to travel in that previous game. And he starts off first delivery, goes for a maximum, so pressure back on him.
Oh, Guptill looking to make some room, just trying to change the parameters here. And it was a slower ball, dropped down to a speed of 118.
And as you know, Alan, a lot of analysis, strategies, pre-match, all that. And maybe this is a strategy from New Zealand. Obviously, they need runs, but if there's one bowler that they would have targeted after that first match, it has to be Hassan Ali.
He's done well there, though. He's only conceded the 2 singles, that off an inside edge. Current run rate is 6.4, would get them to 129. They're going to be looking at more than that. Short of a length. Well bowled, back of a length, hard into the pitch, this time at 133, so a significant difference in pace.
Yeah, that's the length that Sharjah requires with the faster men, especially his back of a length, short of a length, mixed up with those slow ones into the pitch. You love that hairstyle, don't you, Alan?
I think I might struggle to wear it myself, Baz, but in a few years ago, maybe. Yeah. Long on and a deep square, leg side. Oh, he's changed the pace as well. Again, you could just see how Daryl Mitchell just had to check his stroke there. He was almost looking to go through the bat swing. See how the fingers have just split on the ball, and he's bowled it, running his fingers down the side of the ball like a cutter.
And he does this really well, just change the pace. And the good thing about it is that it's still into the pitch. Even the slow one is just short of a length.
Oh, goodness, that's a good shot. That's flown for 4. 5 gone. 34 for no wicket.
কেউ জানুক আর না জানুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। তাই ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ইনস্ট্যান্ট হ্যান্ড স্যানিটাইজার।
সেপটেল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
লাক্সারিয়াস সিল্কি ফিনিশিং ও অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল প্রপার্টি সমৃদ্ধ বার্জার লাক্সারি সিল্ক ইমালশন, শুধুই গ্ল্যামারাস দেয়া নয়, আমার স্মৃতি রাঙিনা।
Over backward point for 4, and he's going to have another chance.
Where does he go now? Does he stick to back of a length?
Gets the Yorker in, well bowled. That's a good follow-up from Hassan Ali. 5 gone, it's 39 for no wicket.
Early stages to be predicting anything at the moment. 36 without loss. New Zealand off to a steady start. Daryl Mitchell's been good. It's the first opportunity to open the batting in an international T20. He's batted all of his career at 5, 6 and 7, hence the relatively high strike rate and a low average down at 16, but he's a far better player than that. New Zealand used him in the warm-up games as an opening batsman, and they've continued that into the tournament proper. Harris Ralph with some genuine pace. Brilliant start. What's a great Yorker to start. That's hurt Guptill.
Brilliant, absolutely terrific. In the match against India, he used the slow delivery to very good effect, particularly in his final over. But here he begins with a Yorker, almost 150 kilometers per hour. That is quick. That is seriously quick.
No need to warm up. Let one go at 150 early doors. Off the pad onto the stumps. Harris Ralph strikes. That's quick. Quickly back onto the stumps from Guptill. And New Zealand have lost their first. Just struggled a little bit, Martin Guptill. And he's now gone for 17.
Well, the first one was fired in at the pads. This one again is fired at the pad. So he's cracked him for root just that little bit. And then off the pads. It's unlucky, you can say, but it doesn't matter. In the scorebook, it goes down as a bold. And Martin Guptill, you could say, is perhaps disappointed again. He's gone for 17, 36 for 1.
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার। বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
চাঙ্গা।
New Zealand skipper Kane Williamson, the new man at the crease. And Harris Ralph started very well.
It's quite an amazing field. There is nobody in front from mid-on to deep fine leg on the onside. The offside is packed. And Ralph is slanting the ball in. So this is what happens. You slant the ball in, you can get off the mark quickly. No, you don't want to run out now, New Zealand.
I obviously realised Martin Guptill was looking to give himself a little bit of room, free those arms. So credit to the bowler. Yes, you could say coming off the pad back onto the stumps is a touch unlucky, but Harris Ralph got the plan right, you would think.
So both those deliveries were quick. 149, the first one, which hit him on the boot. Then 148, the next one, which got the wicket.
Mitchell on the pull. Just didn't quite bounce. Good player of the short ball, Daryl Mitchell.
Williamson, when he started, it looked as if he wouldn't be suited for the ultra-short format of the game. But we've seen how great players can make that adjustment. He certainly has made the adjustment. He now can score quickly in this form of the game as well. It doesn't have to be with the big shots, but his placement through the covers or through the onside, the running between the wickets, been outstanding.
He's certainly one of the great players. Shakib Al Hassan on the top of the Fantasy League tournament leaderboard. And Hindu Hasaranga Hiru Kumara as well, a couple of Sri Lankans at second and third, Josh Davey and Mahesh Dikshana. So 3 Sri Lankans in the top 5 at the moment. Whips that one away and picks up his first boundary, does Kane Williamson. Angle in from Harris Ralph, finishes the power play 42 for 1.
That was a quick delivery as well, about 148 kilometers per hour. The fielder is in the 30-meter circle, so anything just a little bit away from him is going to go for a boundary, and that's exactly what's happened. On the pads, on the leg side, down the leg side, he's holding his head in his hands because he knows what a good...
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 14 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
The first game, win over India. And Imad Wasim, after 2 tidy overs up front, is back. One of the areas, Sonny, where Kane Williamson excels, generally through the middle, playing the spin, working the ball around nicely, putting the bad ball away.
This is very good with that, isn't it? Maneuvering the strike as well, pushing the ball along. There's nothing brutal about Williamson. All silky smooth. And that's why it's so pleasing to the eye.
He is deceptively strong, Kane Williamson. He's got decent sized forearms. He's deceptively quite a powerfully built man.
Very well bowled. Very well bowled. Now this is a good over. Hassan Ali gave 15 runs from his previous over, which was bowled from here.
He keeps racking up the milestones, Kane Williamson, 50th match as T20 captain. You just know he'll break all batting records and set all batting records at a very high rate from a New Zealand point of view. Tidy stuff this from Imad. Average 31, strike rate 125 for Williamson. It's tight, that's tight. No run there. Brilliant from Imad. 7 gone, 45 for 1.
এইটা নেন, তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না।
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে। তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে, আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
So many of these Pakistan supporters living here in the UAE as well. Involved in businesses of different kinds right across the UAE. starts with one that just might be missing leg.
Imad has bowled 3 overs. Was just 16 runs. He was waiting for that 15 seconds to pass. This is the wrong one. You can see 2 stumps, 3 stumps. It would have gone down the leg side. So didn't go for the referral.
Misses out there, fairly missed out there, Williamson.
Yes, one of those rare occasions when the full toss has been hit straight to the fielder. Sometimes you try and hit the ball too hard rather than looking for the placement.
A little bit of turn as well off the surface. Read that well, found the gap. Should be 2.
Pakistan's got a very, very balanced attack. At the top of the innings, they've got the pace of Shaheen Shah Afridi and Haris Rauf. Then the 2 spinners, Imad Wasim, bowled excellently. 16 runs of only 3 overs. And then Shadab now making sure he's not bowling a loose over. So important for bowlers to be bowling in partnerships as well. If one bowler is bowling a tight over and the runs are being leaked at the other end, the pressure is off the batsman. But right now, with that previous over from Imad Wasim, where you got only 3 runs, and now another 3 runs and 1 delivery to go, Pakistanis have pegged New Zealand back.
Yeah, been 2 very good overs of spin. Finish as well, too. That was Shadab. 8 overs gone, 48 for 1.
শিরশির অনুভূতিকে দ্রুত হার মানান সেন্সোডাইন র্যাপিড রিলিফের সঙ্গে 60 সেকেন্ডে কার্যকরী, ক্লিনিক্যালি প্রমাণিত।
আফ্রিকা আর মেক্সিকান মশলার মাইন্ড ব্লাস্টিং ফ্লেভারের ডিটোস পাউডার হবে জোস যদি থাকে ডিটোস।
Imad to bowl out. Chance, is it? No, he's got it too well. I think he'd completely done Shaheen Shah Afridi there. He's timed it beautifully as the 50 comes up.
But look for a moment that he had been deceived in flight. But he went through with the shot. You can see that. Yes, it looked for a moment that... and that's why he didn't quite seem to have middled it. It came more of the toe end of the bat, but enough to take it over the boundary.
This time, will be out. Fakhr Zaman takes the catch at long on. Mitchell looking to go back-to-back boundaries. Just finds Fakhr at long on. New Zealand lose their second. Daryl Mitchell on his way back for 27.
Well, once again, he was deceived in the air. And you can see that he just didn't have enough on this small ground. He's taken well inside the boundary. It just tells you that he didn't quite have enough to take it over. He's gone for 27, 54 for 2 now.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটিক মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে ব্যবহার অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন। আফ্রিকা আর মেক্সিকান মশলার মাইন্ড ব্লাস্টিং ফ্লেভারের ডিটোস পাউডার হবে জোস যদি থাকে ডিটোস।
চাঙ্গা
Singing and dancing again. Found their voice after being a little quiet for a short time. The Pakistan faithful, Jimmy Neesham, the new man. So New Zealand changing their order around. Very flexible through the middle order. Conway, Phillips, Seifert, Neesham, even Santner. Plenty of options. But Ahmad Wasim has been very good. Quality cricketer.
So the ball keeps coming in. He doesn't get the ball to turn. Look at this wicket. He's pitched it just a little bit short, and therefore he had to check his shot. You can see that he hasn't actually gone through. The follow-through hasn't gone over the left shoulder. That's why there was no punch in that shot. Easily taken at long on, more like deep mid-on.
A little bit of a problem behind the sight screen. They're sorted now. There's a gap for one this time. Yeah, I almost think on this occasion, that if Mitchell had looked to go more maybe mid-wicket, he might have even been better off. Almost checked the shot and tried to go too straight. Maybe go through with it, get that bat above the shoulder and go mid-wicket. He might have been better off.
He certainly would have been, but I just get the feeling that he was deceived in play. Both those occasions, the first time there was a little more in it, so he went over long off for a 6, and the fielder was just a little bit wider as well. If that fielder had long off, Shane Shafley had been straighter, it would have been down his throat. This excellent, top-class bowling this by Ahmad Wasim.
Bowlers in, but Neesham's comfortably home off the mark. Very powerful record for Jimmy Neesham. When you look at that average at 21, but strike rate 157. There's a lot of his time batting at number 5, number 6 in the order. In at 4 tonight. Oh, that's tight. Too tight, you would think. 9 gone, 56 for 2. Good spell. Excellent.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটিক মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে ব্যবহার অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
Left-hander at the crease, and that means some right arm off spin. Ahmed Hafiz into the attack. Neesham straight away goes out towards mid-wicket. Chance taken again. Flicker gets in the way. Patches another one. Neesham, a very short stay for him tonight. Hafiz picks up a wicket, very first ball. Neesham on his way back for just 1.
Well, that's a shorter part of the boundary, and he thought he will be able to clear it. But again, this is a good catch, very good catch by Fakhar Zaman. Not much punch in that shot. Again, for somebody as powerfully built as Jimmy Neesham, you want to really give it a thump. He did not, and ended up losing his wicket. So he's gone for a single, 56 for 3. And it's a drinks interval as well.
কেউ ভাবুক আর না ভাবুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল স্যানিটাইজিং হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
সেপ্টেল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
লাক্সারিয়াস সিল্কি ফিনিশিং ও অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল প্রপার্টি সমৃদ্ধ বার্জার লাক্সারি সিল্ক ইমলশন শুধুই গ্ল্যামারাস দেয়াল নয়, আমার স্মৃতি রাঙিনা।
কিন্তু প্যানেলের গ্যারান্টি
শুধুমাত্র কঙ্কা এলজিজিভি দিচ্ছে প্যানেলের 4 বছরের গ্যারান্টি।
বুঝতেই পারছেন কি হবে স্মার্ট ডিসিশন।
কঙ্কা এর মধ্যে সবটুকু।
New combination for New Zealand in T20 internationals. And Daryl Mitchell and Martin Guptill put on 36 for the opening wicket. A couple of boundaries through the offside for Guptill. That one, the first 6 of the innings, down the ground from Daryl Mitchell. And then Harris Ralph into the attack, off the pads, onto the off stump. Williamson picked up his first boundary, courtesy of a leg side delivery from Harris Ralph. And then Ahmad was in. A wicket. Nisha not long after, just the one to his name. Bottom of the back. Fakhar Zaman with both those catches. Pakistan in charge.
Yes, they certainly are. 3 wickets in the first half. And with only 56 on the board, you've got to say that the pressure now is on squarely on New Zealand.
.56 for 3. Devon Conway is the new batsman, another left-hander. Hafiz is struck straight away. Williamson gets that through, times it nicely. Might be a couple. You mentioned it earlier, Sonny. It's such a quality bowling attack, this Pakistan attack, and all bases covered. Leg spin, left arm, slow with Ahmad Wasim, bit of off spin with Hafiz, genuine pace, Harris Ralph, left arm swing, and then Hassan Ali as well, just to complement the whole lot.
Yes, it's a very well-balanced attack. So if there is something in it for the spinners, they've got the spinners to exploit it. The experience of Hafiz, you can see that it's hit the bottom of the bat. Maybe a little too early. It was the first ball that he was facing from Hafiz. Maybe he should have given himself a couple of deliveries to push it around for 1 and 2, see if the ball is turning.
Yeah, I'm only guessing to say that the job he was sent out to do was to play shots from ball 1. I'm guessing, because normally you would have thought Conway or Southwick or even Phillips would have been in. So, option maybe okay, just execution poor. Should have gone a little bit straighter. I think Jimmy Neesham will feel that. New Zealand perhaps feeling they're just a little bit behind the 8 ball on the scoreboard. So looking to push it on. Conway's off the mark. New Zealand's record at T20 Men's World Cups. 637 runs for Brendan McCullum, 23 wickets. Nathan McCullum had a good time of it in Asia. No sixes for Ross Taylor. 15 and 15. Wins and losses. And that is a great start for Hafiz. 4 runs and a wicket. 60 for 3 at the halfway stage.
ভাবছেন ঘরের বাতাসেও জীবাণুরা করছে কিলবিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রি এসি, এতে আছে অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল ফিল্টার যা প্রতিরোধ করে 99% জীবাণু। গ্রি এসি একটু বেশি ঠান্ডা।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ট মানি তো ফ্রি।
New Zealand 3 down for 60 after 10. The drinks break is taken now, but it's taken 9.1 if you just tuned in. Got the Kiwis in the house here in Sharjah, certainly outnumbered by those in green. So mixing up the bowling, and Pakistan bowlers changing ends quite regularly here in Sharjah in this contest. There's Shadid Khan. Gets away with a very full one. Evening, Anjum Chopper.
Evening, Danny. Conway missed a delivery where he would have wanted it to get to the boundary. Shorter side, that side, that he wanted to negotiate the full toss with. How good has Pakistan been? Right on the money.
And as ever, truly relish watching the Pakistan side because of the balance of this pace attack we've mentioned at length. They're doing all right. They're on target with the overs. Very strict and staunch. The umpires out in the middle. Yes, say left-handedness, right arm quick, wrist spin, off spin, you name it. Those in green have it.
And more importantly, they're bowling on target. They're, of course, bowling to a very well-set plan that they have against these New Zealand batters.
Well, right on cue from you, Engine. It is on the spot.
And be it spinners or even seamers early on, they haven't really given it the width. Mark Kapil had to make room to take those two boundaries off the square. They've been very much attacking at the stumps.
Another go-to stroke from Williamson. Fielding's been good too tonight. In the outfield, skipper won the toss, Babar Azam. Wanted to go up front as a group. New surface, new square, in fact, being relayed almost a year ago. So go up front as a group and then see what we have to track down.
You and Alan Wilkins were out there earlier doing the pitch report, and do you reckon that this is a lot harder surface to play on? Found it difficult for the batters to mark their guard.
Yeah, just look at that grey sheen about it. So the other side of the square, we were here a couple of nights ago. And then you come to this side of the square. So it'll be fascinating in terms of the bounce was always the issue. The bowl. Again. Going to squeeze one here is Kane Williamson. There's no chance of an overthrow. So they had 11 and it's 63 for 3 here.
Now Williamson.
কেউ ভাবুক আর না ভাবুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল স্যানিটাইজিং হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Yeah, Tim Southey on the left. He's one shy of 100 T20 international wickets. Oh, Keane. Keane was Conway to come down. He thought about leaving his blocks. And again, from a New Zealand team issue, Lockie Ferguson sadly going to go home. Off the stumps, got to take the risk. You just have to. The bowling's so straight here tonight. The Pakistan. Conway says no skip. Hold fire.
Absolutely, he's very straight. But to be fair, I guess it's just one of the days none of the batters have really found their touch on this pitch. It's not that it's a bad surface to bat on or it's a difficult surface to bat on. It's just been that kind of a day where you've not found those gaps, you're hitting those strokes, but they're going straight in the direction of the fielders. But for New Zealand, it's a good thing that Kane Williamson is out there. He's batted a lot early on at this venue.
Now he thought about it. It's been given. Richard Catterbury gets it, but he says he wants to come upstairs, though, and let's check this out. Paul Wilson.
TV umpire to director, we have a play review for LBW. The original decision is out. I can confirm it's a fair delivery, so we go on to front on spin vision, please. Okay, looks like we might have been involved. Can we go through the ultra edge to confirm, please? Okay, thank you. Just waiting for ultra edge. Okay, ultra edge coming up now. Roll it through. Okay, thank you. We just roll it back again, please. Go back. Okay, just roll it forward. Okay, there's a spike there. There's Paul's next to the bat with a spike there. It means there's bat involved. Rich, I'll have to get you to change your decision to not out. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You can make your signal now.
Now, hit the cover off it. And the Kiwi skipper. He knew it straight away. Came up, had the signal. So Paul Wilson of Australia, our TMO. Before, so good there, Kane Williamson.
You anticipated that probably Kane Williamson might just come down the track to Hafiz. The previous delivery was 83 where he made that call. This time he just stays back. Easy pickings. Still not from the perfect played. He would have liked to time that ball, Kane Williamson.
Up and away. Williamson. A one-hander. She's got all the way from maximum. Deceived in the flight, but went through with it rather sweetly.
And the quicker pace from Hafiz, just assisting in that ball, sailing over the long on fielder. He needs to go. He needs to attack. He realizes that he has to go after Mohammad Hafiz, who's been bowling his second over.
A slightly bigger side of the ground here in Sharjah. But still enough on it. He's going to hold on to the strike here is Kane Williamson. So a dozen off the 12th at 75 for 3.
ডেলিভারি নেওয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
ঠান্ডা বা গরম কিছু খেলে দাঁতে যে শিরশিরে অনুভূতি হয় সেটাই দাঁতের সেন্সিটিভিটি। দ্রুত সমাধান না করলে এটি আরও গুরুতর হতে পারে। ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন, কারণ সেন্সোডাইন দাঁতের সেন্সিটিভিটি থেকে আরাম দেয়।
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি, ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
Great vibe here as ever in Sharjah, and when Pakistan are playing, it's genuinely going to be chocker. Almost a full house here. Shut up. Oh, again, that beautiful technique and so late, so under the eyes there. And just soft hands to rotate the strike.
And that's why he's so skillful. You rate him amongst the top batters in world cricket. Any format, you know when it's Kane Williamson out there in the centre, you are well covered. With complete ease, he changes the gears.
Beautifully played, but he's picked the man out. So, yeah, a tricky effort. So he can't thread it through. In terms of hitting the stumps, it's pretty good. That's where you want to be. Variations and subtle bits of flight, but look at that. It's what you got to do. You don't want to give the stumps away too much here in Sharjah. You're looking for LBs, your chop-ons. Going to get 2.
quite comfortable. Dancing shoes on doesn't quite get there. She's a one-hander. I thought for a moment it was going to be a catch in the deep. No, no, no. Uh-oh, uh-oh. And gone, is it for four? Yes, it has. Big, big mistake from Asif Ali down there. Deep backward square.
The entire ground is actually looking in the direction of Asif Ali. And he's just hoping what went wrong there and what can he do now. Simple piece of fielding. Missed.
Do not look up at the skipper, because that's what happens. Understandably. The basics. Any game. Oh, pleasure. D. Conway, this is a beauty. Much needed here for the Black Caps, courtesy of Conway.
A little put off Shadab from the previous delivery that he felt should have been fielded nicely. This one pitching it up. He would have been more in control had he tried to angle the ball completely away. Conway this time gets over the ball, nicely negotiates it.
Reversey from Evan Conway. Look, it goes back-to-back boundaries. Oh, what a good over for New Zealand. 15 off, it's 90 for 3 now.
কেউ বুঝুক আর না বুঝুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে।
সেপ্রিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
তেমন নাম তেমন কাজ।
এনএসসি ন্যাশনাল এগ্রিকেয়ার, এসো স্বপ্ন ফলাই।
Yep, a couple of tall buildings of late. As we're going to start heading in to the latter stages of this Kiwi innings. And to the surface, well bowled. Oh, it's too quick. I think Williamson's all right. Here, Hassan Ali wants to come upstairs.
Thanks, mate. TV umpire director, we have an umpire review for a run out. We start with your best on an angle, please. Okay, thank you. Just freeze it there. Thank you. I'm ready to make my decision with big screen.
Zingers are up. And it's the end of the Kiwi captain. OUT, the dreaded 3 letters for Kane Williamson. 25 from 26. It is 90 for 4 now.
শিরশির অনুভূতিকে দ্রুত হার মানান সেন্সোডাইন র্যাপিড রিলিফের সঙ্গে 60 সেকেন্ডে কার্যকরী, ক্লিনিক্যালি প্রমাণিত।
আর মেক্সিকান মশলার মাইন্ড ব্লাস্টিং ফ্লেভারের ডিটোস পার্টি হবে জোস যদি থাকে ডিটোস।
Ben Phillips is in at number 6. The run out just moments ago, Kane Williamson. Very capable fellow, Glenn Phillips. Very versatile. Going to need to be against Hassan Ali, who's hustling on the button. Yeah, Kane Williamson. Run out in his first game as captain and run out now in his 50th as captain. Dead eye. Brilliant from Hassan Ali.
Very good game presence from Hassan Ali. It's easy picking that ball up, but taking a shot at the stumps, composing himself, that was outstanding.
Maybe hot, maybe hot. Kettleborough says no. Oh, it's busy now. Engine chopper, it is hectic out in the middle here.
I like the vibe. I like the excitement, the energy. Hassan Ali. Very, very good. The moment the ball hit the timber, Hassan Ali knew that he has got his man. Kane Williamson realized that that was not the smartest of move from him. Maybe that's the play of the day. You can have your say at T20worldcup.com/POTD.
Oh, I do love buggy King. Good as that. In recent times. Sensation. And again, good disciplines, as you'd expect from this Pakistan pace attack and the spinners thrown in. 91 for 4. Just looking here, engine the projected scores. At 10s, you're going to reach 150. I think we're looking seriously more than that, given this powerful Pakistani side and that top order.
When you have a fielding to your credit, apart from the wickets that you collect and the dot balls that you bowl, it just adds to that fielding effort of the team. Left-hander within. There are 3 on the offside, stopping that single. Just be wary of the longer boundary, which is still on the offside for Devon Convoy.
Yeah, right arm round, Hassan Ali. Conway. Oh, I feel he's missed out there, Devon Conway. An angle, it's just skidded on through. That's the deception of a lot of the Pakistani paces. So much quicker than others. Oh, just heard this from Richard Kettleborough. So we're going to have another free hit. Hassan Ali. Transgressing that front line. We've seen it before from other countries. Guys coming round. That's a biggie too. It's not just a little one. Trying to strive for extra pace here. And it's going to be a free hit.
That's the second one that he's bowled for the game. Hassan Ali. Just indicating to his short fine leg fielder to come in for a change. Probably drop back. Free hit.
Phillips. He's very good there, but pitch out deep backward square. So not so much damage done. Run out the start of this over, and we've had the no ball there, and really is still a pretty good over with 1 to go, only 4 from it so far. And Hassan Ali finished things off here in this 14. Wow, what a great venue. Create your own fantasy team now. ICC.dream11.com. Get fired up. Thinking it too. Soft hands. Think better of it. 5 off, 95 for 4.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে ব্যবহার অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
So Hassan Ali's had a couple, and Maurice Ralph. So this will be good to see in terms of Yorkers. We're just shy of starting the death overs in a couple. I'd be surprised if Harris Ralph goes to that classic Yorker. 150 clicks. That's that right. And look out.
He can bowl with a lot of good pace. He's aware of the fact that for the left-hander, the offside is the shorter boundary. So he's made sure that he's got two fielders patrolling the leg side boundary for that short ball. He's been happy sweeping. Probably he'll have to come down with another shot, Conway.
It's a relatively short run-up too, which is looking at the captains and fielding sides. Get through the overs and keep hustling, keep ticking along, and keep that momentum happening. Conway is just such a key figure here for the Black Caps to be there right till the end of this innings. Shah Afridi, wonderful figures. No wickets tonight. Nard just went for a runner ball. It's pretty good. You go for 6 and over, 24. That is very, very good going indeed in T20. So we've got Phillips just getting his gloves right and just surveying the field and having a look where the men are in the deep on that onside. Yeah, looking Yorker. We love a magic moment. 12 years ago,
It's going to be the first time T20.
Yeah, 5 for 6 against New Zealand at the Oval in 2009. Simply outrageous. Oh my God. Extraordinary. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Need to be quick there. Phillips to get back.
Very sharp fielding. There were a few moments early on as well. And that's the game that Danny was talking about. New Zealand 99, Pakistan getting home with comfortable. Without a starter, Pakistan winning back 6 wickets. Umar Gul, the standout performer.
Again, that into the pitch, that hard length we go on about, and hard to get away as well.
They have a good record against New Zealand, Pakistan, especially in the World Cups. They look very sharp, head to head. Pakistan is leading 3-2 to New Zealand. It does play on your mind sometimes, Danny.
Well, another tournament, different day, different year. Yeah, as you say, they're up 3-0 and 3-2 rather. 3-2 Pakistan over New Zealand in T20 World Cups. 100 up now for those in black. Only a single. There. Good fielding, good urgency.
100 comes up in the 15th over for New Zealand. It's taken a while. The second one has been slightly quicker, but New Zealand standards, they would feel they haven't really been able to get off the blocks.
A chat between bowler and captain, Babarazan. Harris Ralph, what do you think? Happy with the field? What do you want to go with? Last ball of the 15th. Oh, steady and quick. So only 5 off the 15th. It's 100 for 4.
এই টানেন তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না।
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে। তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউটসার্চ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
The 100 up, and we've got 5 overs to go here in Sharjah. Devon Conway is looking quite well set, 21 from 17, and Glenn Phillips scurrying around like a March hare out there. He's quick. So Devon Conway, who's had a meteoric rise in his international cricket career, scored a double 100 at Lords on his Test debut. Hassan Ali now looking for the Yorker. So 4 wickets are down, and Babar Azam winning the toss, bowling first. That was the end of Martin Guptill. And Daryl Mitchell just not getting enough on this, caught by Fakhar Zaman. Jimmy Neesham finding Fakhar Zaman out there at deep mid-wicket. And a mix-up here, Kane Williamson. And it was a terrific piece of fielding by Hassan Ali off his own bowler. And here he is now running in. Oh, that's a decent looking blow, but it's only 1 run. They bowled well here, Julie, Pakistan.
Yeah, very good. Good performance so far. Time will tell as to how this surface is playing and what's a decent score. Pakistan had India exactly the same score at the end of 15 overs. 100 for 4. Exactly the same score where New Zealand are at. 58 for 3, 42 for 1. They were able to close that innings out quite well.
Down the pitch comes Conway, full of confidence. Top scorer in 14 T20 internationals. Before this was 99 not out against Australia in Christchurch, February this year. And he was batting 4 then. He's only played 3 ODIs and he's got 126 as his top score. This guy loves spending time in the middle, and he looks a class act. He's got a highest first-class score of 327 as well. He's the real deal. Looking for the Yorker again. I think you're okay with that. If you can get the Yorker, even if you're just slightly over pitch and you're almost looking at the shoelaces, it's still a difficult ball to get away if it's that full.
Yeah, I'm thinking most of these batsmen are looking at their bat manufacturers and saying, we need really low middles. We need some bats when we're playing at Sharjah with a really low middle.
They're going to push for 2 here, and they won't get it. Haris Rav. Well, this was unfortunately one through the legs from Shoaib Malik. A good catch from Fakhar Zaman. Asif Ali with the misfield, and then Hassan Ali. This was lightning quick to get rid of Kane Williamson. Out by an inch.
Surprised me there was no dive from Kane Williamson there, and almost an instinct to shy away from the ball, worry about getting hit with the throw.
They'll get 2 this time. Shoaib Malik. 16 gone, 107 for Paul.
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর প্যান্টেন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি, ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
ঠিক আছে, খরচ কমছে। ক্যাশ আউট 1000-এ 14 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
So far, so good for Pakistan. They've got the variety in this bowling attack. They've got pace, they've got left arm pace, right arm pace, left arm spin, they've got right arm spin. Here he is now, the spearhead. You'll remember those two deliveries against India for a long time, probably throughout his career. Hasn't swung for him tonight, he's bowled a different length.
You need to peg your length back here. At Sharjah in particular, it's that hard back of a length that still hits the top of the pads, the top of the stumps as well. Field set will be set for the left-hander. Slower balls and angle with that Yorker into the body, into the pads. So Conway doesn't have a lot of room to manoeuvre on the leg side.
Yeah, and he's got his fine leg up inside the circle. Can't get too near to that leg stump. That's all right. They'll push for two with every one of these. If it just reaches those 30-yard circle markers, invariably it can be two. The two quick runners between the sticks here, Devon Conway and Glenn Phillips. They're just an over behind here, which is unusual on a small ground. Score predictor says 154. At the start of the innings, that score prediction was 169, which tells you how well Pakistan have bowled. Last 20 deliveries, there has not been a boundary. It's over 3 overs. New Zealand need boundaries. Slower ball, bit of football maybe? No. Shaheen, he scampered down the pitch like a rampaging giraffe. He couldn't quite pick the ball up.
He's missed out there, Glenn Phillips. That's a leg side half volley. And he's just missed out completely. Good call from Conway.
For a tall man, Shaheen is very agile. He's quick. And he runs in at a real rate of knots to the sticks when he's bowling. Oh, that slips out of the side of the hand this time. Full toss, he's got away with that. He has got away with a full toss leg stump.
Not far off the Yorker. Look at this T20 career. Bowls very full and fast. Don't need to be a rocket scientist to work that out. Swings the ball both ways, generally into the right-handers, and does attack the stumps. That is the scouting report on Shaheen.
And those of you might be wondering why it hasn't swung tonight. Different conditions, but also Shaheen has just pulled his length back. He's much more into the surface. Oh, that's picked up well. That's picked up very well, but there's a man back there, Haris Rauf. If your bowler is in sync with your captain knows what field he can set. So if he knows what line and length, the skipper knows he's thinking for you.
Yeah, and at 148 kilometres per hour, if you do miss your length, you've got a little bit more leeway because you are still rushing the batsman. That's what's happened on that occasion. He's rushed Glenn Phillips. It's hurried onto him. Couldn't quite get the half volley away, and the field set was very good. Changes to those 3-men leg side boundary now for the left-hander.
There's the Yorker. Outstanding. He is such a wonderful exponent of the Yorker. And look at Conway. Conway's just going, yeah, he just changes his wrist where it is on the ball.
Yeah, terrific bowler. Conway's got the right idea there. He's opening the blade, looking to hit that behind point on the offside. So the idea is spot on because that's where the gap is, and that's what he's looking to do. But again, at 146 kilometres per hour, it's not easy. The execution of the Yorker, fantastic.
He's drilled this. Goodness, that's a very hard hit 4. 17 gone, 116 for 4.
First boundary in some time.
পরে না গলায় পোকামাকড় কম হয় সারা আগাম ফলন পাইবা।
এনএসি সুপার কোয়ালিটি হাইব্রিড ধান বীজ জনকরাজ।
যেমন নাম তেমন কাজ।
ন্যাশনাল এগ্রিকেয়ার স্বপ্ন ফলাই।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউটসার্স কমছে আর সেন্ট মানি তো ফ্রি।
18 balls to go here in Sharjah. Pakistan against New Zealand. New Zealand's entry into the tournament. And in all previous World T20s, as they were called, before 2016, they had won every one of their opening matches. They haven't lost their opening match in a World T20, New Zealand.
Still haven't.
It's some way to go, Dooley. Some way to go. Of course, you've been the absolute neutral. Good crowd in tonight, making a lot of noise. And for years, this was a place where Pakistan played so much cricket. 138 matches they played of different forms, of course. Haris Rauf now back. Lofted. And it should be gone. It is. Babar Azam takes the catch. Just didn't get enough on it this time from Devon Conway. It's a nice innings, but 27, he needed to stay the distance.
Just a slower ball, I think it is, yeah. When your slower ball is 129, you're doing well. But he did just roll his fingers across it. They wanted it caught. And very comfortable in the end. Babar Azam underneath that, out at deep mid wicket, right on the toe end of the bat. Conway goes, 27 to his name, it's 116 for 5.
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর প্যারাফিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি, ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটিক মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
Tim Seifert, who's top scorer in T20s, T20Is, is 84 not out against Pakistan at Hamilton. Last year, December, good knock, came off only just 63 balls, but it's Glenn Phillips on strike. Batsman crossed. Phillips now 13 from 13. Oh, really well bowled. He's got some gas. Haris Rauf, product of the Lahore Qalandars development program.
Yeah, toe into the bat. He's such a good bowler, Haris Rauf. Love watching him operate. Everything about him is energy. Takes pace off well. Nails those Yorkers at the death as well. He's such a quality bowler. He's part of a terrific bowling unit that Pakistan possess at the moment. All bases covered.
Fine leg up inside the circle. Oh, picked up nicely, but he finds the man. It's another very good catch. Hassan Ali this time. He takes a tumble as he keeps hold of the ball, and Pakistan all over New Zealand here in Sharjah. Phillips for 13.
Oh, another good catch, but this is banged in. Slow ball. Couldn't catch up with it. Straight to the man. Hassan Ali comes in, takes a good catch. And Haris Rauf, what a night he's having. Shaheen the other night, Haris Rauf tonight. 13 for Phillips. 116 for 6.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার। বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
আর মেক্সিকান মশলার মাইন্ড ব্লাস্টিং ফ্লেভারের ডিটোস পাউডার হবে জোস যদি থাকে ডিটোস চাঙ্গা।
Mitchell Santner at 8. He's a genuine all-rounder. He's got a Test century under his belt, and in 52 T20 internationals, his top score is 37. That was against Pakistan at Auckland 3 years ago. Seifert's on strike. 2 is the call, and they might well get it. They do. But this is an exceptional spell we're seeing tonight from Haris Rauf.
Outstanding. If it's not one, it's another. If it's not Shaheen, it's Rauf. With his genuine pace. Those lovely slow balls, just pace off. Goes from 148, 149 down to 127, 128. So 20-kilometre difference. Drags it into the onside, does Glenn Phillips. And Hassan Ali with a good pair of hands.
Bold, straight, hits that deck hard. Simon Dool, you were talking at the start of the game. As a quicker bowler, you've got to hit this surface hard. You can't kiss it. Got to knock it, bang it.
Yeah, back of a length. This is Haris Rauf. Economy, as the right-handers, 8.56. Against the lefties, just a little bit less. One of the world's quickest bowlers. Very good at the death as well. Those Yorkers and slower balls. He's proving that again tonight. 3 for 13. Don't think he's quite finished. Don't think he's quite finished either. How do you get these two away? Shaheen and Haris Rauf.
It's a tough task. Tall order. Straight. At the stumps again. 18 gone, 119 for 6.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার। বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
We're down to the last 2 overs here in Sharjah. Great support for Pakistan. Riding a wave of euphoria after the dramatic victory over India. And New Zealand short of runs here, 119 for 6. Pakistan have just very systematically just tightened their grip on New Zealand's batting. And you're right, Dooley, how do you get them away? Haris Rauf, express pace, and this man, express pace. Shaheen Shah Afridi. Well, bowled, it's a little bit slower this time. You're expecting the quicker ball from Afridi, and he's delivered that at 125.
Yeah, just superb. Great start. And this is the key moment in the match, you'd think. Kane Williamson taking off for a single, rightly so from Conway. Not on. No single there at all. And Williamson has run himself out. Looking for a quick run. Conway wouldn't have made it halfway.
Long on, deep square. Oh, well, ball, that's going to hurt his toes. No, I don't think so, Shaheen. That's pitching. It's hit him on the toes. He's standing outside leg stump. You're not going to get an LBW there, Shah.
It's lucky to hit another set. I can understand. Oh, he has not. No. Goodness me. Well, let's take a listen to this.
The
Shambles.
decision is not out. I can confirm it's a fair delivery, so can we go on in front on screen vision, please? Let's roll through. Okay, can we just go to ultra edge, please, to see if there's any bat involved, please? Roll it through. Roll it through. Roll it through. Okay, flat line there. No bat involved, so we can go to ball tracking when available, please. Ball tracking coming up now. Impact's outside, so Michael, you can stay with your original decision of not out. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You're making signal now.
I think Michael Goff, as a former top-order batsman in England, would have known that pitched a long way outside leg stump, and Rizwan would have known as well. Optimistic. Oh, is there enough on this? No, there's not. Oh, Hassan Ali had to apply the brakes, couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, he charged in, couldn't quite get himself into a position where he might have been able to dive. It's a great effort from both in the end. Tell you what, though, Tim Seifert's foot's got to be hurting. It has to be hurting. 140 kilometres per hour, right on the top, right on the bone of the foot. It's been good, hasn't he, Hassan Ali?
Yeah, I think he'll probably have a bag of ice on that foot as soon as he comes off the field. Oh, yeah. Oh, out, out, out. Now, Mitchell Santner. He's, well, he's got some enterprising strokes when he applies himself. Genuine all-rounder. Oh, whoa, whoa, that's close. Now, that's closer than the previous one, but I still think that's going down. I think that's going down. Tremendous pace and the Yorker length as well.
If they hadn't burned one a few balls ago, they might have taken this one. I'm with you, Alan. I think it's missing leg. But it is a lot closer than the other one.
What is so difficult when you're facing this man? What is he, 6'7"? He's tall and you're trying to gauge the bounce. Look at these bowling speeds. Oh, that's a good shot. That is a very, very good shot. That was middle stump bound.
90 mile an hour. And he's just got enough on it, Tim Seifert. It was very close. Imad Wasim just around the corner. I think he almost got a fingertip on it. It's brilliantly played. I mean, it's almost a Yorker. Just gets down on it enough, Tim Seifert.
He's almost using his bat as a sweeping brush here. Well calculated and very well played by Tim Seifert. Shaheen, you've done nothing wrong there. That was just give credit to the batsman. Does he go quick or does he reduce pace this time? Oh, slower ball, and it's found. Backward point. Hafiz takes a simple catch. And it's all Pakistan. Seifert trying to make something of a difficult delivery. Change of pace again, and he's on the way back with a limp. 8 for Seifert.
You just felt it was coming. If you're Tim Seifert, you felt you've got to set yourself up for the slower ball. Just take a risk, but he didn't. Cleared that front leg, big outside edge. And Hafiz takes the catch. Shaheen's first wicket for the night, but it's a brilliant spell. 1 for 21 for him. Seifert gone for 8, 1-2-5 for 7.
কেউ ভাবুক আর না ভাবুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতেই। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল স্যানিটাইজিং হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Weird fast bowlers have bowled for Pakistan tonight. Afridi, 4 overs, 13 dot balls, 1 for 21.
It's just quality. It's quality bowling. Got lapped the ball before and set the batsman up beautifully with an off-pace delivery going across the right-hander. The whole bowling attack has been superb. Bia Hafiz has had a couple of overs, 1 for 16. Hassan Ali, 3 overs for 26, the most expensive. Shadab bowled 3 overs, so they've got bases covered, Pakistan.
Santner, dropped. And they get 2. It's the captain who's put this one down. Difficult. He's got to go full length here.
Is it carried? Yeah, it's one of those ones, isn't it, where you just got to get your fingers underneath that. I think it did carry. It's a tough one, but it did carry. They thought it did.
Yeah, that's tough for the skipper. He doesn't like to drop anything in the field. Well ball, change of pace, hit the stumps. No, they'll settle for that. Great change down again from Haris Rauf. He's got everything going here. 126 this time from him.
Yeah, mixing up the speeds. This is what Haris Rauf does so well. 30 up to 147 or almost 148 and down to 126 again. And he's just brilliant. Got genuine pace. And it's so difficult to get away. Just complements this outstanding bowling attack.
3 balls to go. It was sort of a horizontal slap. Shadab, the fielder, out there at deep point.
3 wickets for Haris Rauf. Guptill off the pad onto the off stump. Kevin Conway with a slower ball, beautifully deceived. Out into the deep. And then Phillips deceived again. Just with that slower ball. Hassan Ali with a good catch. The leap, the fist pump, the crowd are behind Pakistan. Terrific effort to back up what they did so well 2 nights ago.
Good looking shot, and it will be 4. Santner making some room for himself. That was at 149. It's quick. Well, Vernon Philander, the former South African bowler, is the bowling consultant coach, and he'll be pleased with this effort. That's a good stroke.
Yeah, just gets enough on that, Mitchell Santner. That's the area he's looking for, obviously. He should look the same area because, again, we might see some pace off from Haris Rauf. Last ball.
Knocks him over with the final delivery of the innings. And Haris Rauf backs a haul of 4 wickets. That's his best. 4 for 22. How well he's bowled. And New Zealand, having been put into bat, 134 for 8, and it's a change of pace.
Yeah, again, you just kind of felt it was coming, having put the 149k ball away through the covers. Santner needed to look for pace off, but it's very difficult to do. Haris Rauf, absolutely superb. 4 for 22. What a bowling performance from Pakistan all round. 134 for 8, New Zealand.
Yeah, that's a tremendous collective effort from Pakistan. Mitchell Santner had very little time to try and make a name for himself. Only 3 boundaries conceded by Pakistan's bowlers in the last 7 overs. After 13 overs, New Zealand were 90 for 4. The next 7, 44 for 4. And that's brilliant. Haris Rauf leads Pakistan off the field.
Well, that's outstanding. Brilliant bowling, combination of that and some indifferent batting from New Zealand, but I'd rather say credit to Pakistan for their bowling because their bowling unit has been superb. They haven't let New Zealand get away under any circumstances. Mitchell 27 from 20. is the most prolific as far as strike rate is concerned. Conway equal top scorer, 27 off 24. And all those at the bottom, this is what I was worried about from a New Zealand point of view, that big boy power. You just don't have it through the middle. Conway, Phillips, Seifert, Santner, all going around about that runner ball.
4 for 22 in 4 overs. Standout figures from Haris Rauf. Shaheen, 1 for 21 with 13 dot balls. Imad Wasim, 4 overs of spin at the top, 1 for 24. Hassan Ali, 3 overs. Shadab, none for 19, 1 for 16, 2. Right, let's go downstairs to Danny Morris.
Ahmad Wasim, the pitch. Talk to me about that first, because it's a lot greyer looking. It's quite different from the other side of the square. What did you make of the 22 yards?
I think it kept a little bit low. It was spinning a bit as well. It helps if you ball first. It's not a typical Sharjah where you can go out scoring 200 runs. So I think it's a decent score.
Do you think, and I've just run down here from the comm box, in terms of the dew fact, do you think it'll be a little bit later?
Look, I don't think so. But usually when I play cricket here, when the dew happens, I tend to bowl really well. It skids on even lower. So hopefully, I don't think there will be any dew. The wicket remain the same. So we've got a very good batting lineup.
You have got a good batting lineup. Do you think, Ahmad, you've got enough? They're going to get enough. You've got to go smash it down. You think that's enough on this total?
Look, it's a very good score. Yes, if you would have given us before the toss, we would have taken that 135. Obviously, they've got world-class bowling lineup. We shouldn't take them lightly. We've got very good players, informed players, so we go out there and try to execute.
Ahmad, thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, Imad Wasim, 4 overs from him, 1 for 24. He bowled well at the end. So the bowlers have done a grand job here. Pakistan's batsmen need to chase 135 to win their second match. New Zealand being put into bat.
The pad under the stumps.
A one-handed, he's gone all the way from Max Simmons. Oh, he's too quick.
The game, love the game. The game, love the game.
I recommend MRF ZLX for sheer comfort and long life. MRF ZLX, you can bet on it.
They say that our cricket rivalries divide us. Yet millions of us travel to share our passion for cricket. We say where we go as rivals, we stay as friends.
The game, love the game.
The lights dazzling at Sharjah, one of the 4 venues for the ICC T20 World Cup for men. Sharjah Cricket Stadium, Pakistan, New Zealand. Babar Azam won the toss and decided to bowl first, putting New Zealand into bat. Pakistan, after that great win against India. New Zealand, it's their first game in the tournament. Wickets going early as the pace bowlers exerted pressure on New Zealand. Yeah, the bowlers have done a wonderful job here for Pakistan. Power play, 42 for 1. The middle overs, 7 to 15, 58 for 3. And then the death overs, as we call them, 34 for 4, as the stranglehold continued from Rauf and Afridi. To 134 for 8. And Kane Williamson is going to have to be at his very best. And their bowlers, New Zealand's are going to have to be at their very best to stop Pakistan getting 135. Trent Bolt, he normally looks for swing at the top of the innings with the brand new ball. Ball hasn't swung much tonight. Pakistan need 135 runs to win. It starts at 6.75 runs per over. Trent Bolt, Tim Southey, 2 of the most reliable fast bowlers for New Zealand for many years. Mitchell Santner there, he bowls left arm spin, but he's playing and bowling against one of the great Pakistan players in Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, who both kept out all India's bowlers 2 nights ago in Dubai. Right, it'll be Bazid Khan and Danny Morrison.
Well, the underlights and the sheen is so obvious for all to see. It's going to be time for Ahmed Wasim. His friend is Ahmed Rizwan. It's his friend out in the middle. And the skipper, which is Babar Azam. And these two, of course, in fine fettle off that stunning 10-wicket win, where they didn't lose a wicket against India. Time for Mitchell Santner as well. So the combination of Rizwan and Babar. And spin to start. Azad Khan, a delight to see you here. A big smile on your face. You're happy about proceedings. 135 to get.
High quality bowling for Pakistan to start off with, and they'll be pretty comfortable chasing this down. What New Zealand want is wickets up front and then the squeeze. It's 134 that they want to defend, but that'll only be defended if they get going in the power play and then be able to carry that on as Pakistan did.
Oh, given air and a bit of width. And the skipper doesn't need a second invitation. First runs off the play.
Just too easy. It's floated up outside the off stump. Babar Azam hits through the line, times it. That is as comfortable a shot as you will play all night.
Gorgeous way to get off the mark for Babar Azam. Flowing and fresh off half centuries, the pair of them. a bit flatter, push through, but again, these two know each other so well. Milestones always looming. 13 short of 1,000. T20 runs as skipper. And a certain Tim Southey, he's on 99 wickets in T20 eyes. So busy and so quick.
Yeah, interesting. Satner has bowled the first over. I would have thought you'd go with your faster man and try and swing it and get a wicket up front. Don't know about Danny, but I would have gone for Trent Boult straight away, first over.
Or Tim Southey. A little bit of shape. There was one delivery, wasn't the very first ball of the match. With Shane Afridi in terms of to Gutnell. And that was it. Gutnell just navigated, did it. 7 for none after 1.
এইটা নেন তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে। তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
Looks like it is going to be Tim Southey. In terms of opening up. Kiwi veteran. Yeah, very good numbers. Bolt the start of the death. Anything under 8.5 is very good. Pace bowling perspective. Mohammad Rizwan, he's got off the mark. So is Babar Azam. Guptill at slip. Let's see if Timmy Southey can get a little bit of swing, just a little. It's all you need, just enough. In the air, just off the straight. Here he is. Kept a little low. It's that, again, that hard length we go on about into the surface. Another one of those little beauties from the stats gurus. First game in 2016, the T20 World Cup. New Zealand were restricted to 126 for 7 by India in Nagpur. And New Zealand still got up by 47. Mitch Satner was playing that day, 4 for 11. And Ashodi, who's playing today, he got 3 for 18. Subtly different conditions, though, I'd have to say, from Nagpur here to Sharjah. Going to have to pull out some magic, the Kiwis. Bowled again. Some good fielding and show some good catching too, Baz. Your blokes, I mean.
There's one always looking for that single, but a good call, good early call of no then. But it's almost his first thought process as the ball hits the bat is there's a run.
We'll reload as our first extra. And the reply. Richard Kettleborough out of Yorkshire in England. That's him standing up there, and his compatriot, Michael Goff. And both opening batsmen back in their day of playing days. Oh, couldn't just pierce it there. Had the line to with those wonderful wrists of Rizwan.
Guptill in the way, but nothing in the way of the Pakistani crowd. They believing in the team's delivering so far. What was impressive in that bowling was New Zealand got off to a decent enough start. And you would have thought that the power play was decent for New Zealand. They got to about 42. And then Pakistan came roaring back. Again, spinners in the middle. You've got Imad, you've got Shadab, Fiz, and then Haris Rauf. And then to add to that, you've got an opener of the quality of Rizwan, who can play all sides, dominate short lanes.
Brilliant visuals from the ICC digital team, and you saw them, if you like, we say on the tray, a bit of shadow boxing, practicing the strokes, visualizing, going through the routine of playing around the Dubai International Cricket Stadium the other night against India prior to the game getting underway, and he was just going through his routine and playing shots. It was extraordinary how it came to fruition and how he executed later on that night. A bit of skid. So we've had 2 and then 9 without loss.
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
ঠান্ডা বা গরম কিছু খেলে দাঁতে যে শিরশিরে অনুভূতি হয়, সেটাই দাঁতের সেন্সিটিভিটি। দ্রুত সমাধান না করলে এটি আরও গুরুতর হতে পারে। ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন, কারণ সেন্সোডাইন দাঁতের সেন্সিটিভিটি থেকে আরাম দেয়।
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর প্যান্টিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি, ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
Yeah, great vista from drone cam. It's a tremendous intimate stadium at Sharjah. Crowd having a ball, local time. It's just ticked over 8 p.m. Buzzer card, you're going to get your wish. Here is Trent Bolt. It's going to be from our pavilion end, broadcasting end. Very experienced fellow. Oh, so good there. Straight out of Dubai and into Sharjah from Rizwan.
Keeps so low in that shot. Wicket keeper, great balance. And plays leg side exceptionally well. Just slightly short, and he's picked it up and made sure that it beat the field on the onside in front of square, way in front of square.
Oh, that is just so Rizwan. Built close to the ground. So good there horizontally. Chatting about that visualization the other night. Again, just going through the repertoire. And this was extraordinary. Just brilliant analysis, and to capture Rizwan prior to doing this in actual time and reality, going from visualizing to then making it happen. Stunning. Well, those are the ones we can get a little tickle. It's going to be a wide, but if Bolt feels it was that good, he could always refer it. No.
And cricket is all, 90% mental. So you need to have that mental space in the correct place. And he does this every time. He's mentally very strong, almost written off as a T20 player earlier in his career, but he's come back opening. And he's, get back, does that. But once he's gone to opening, he's been a different player altogether. He's averaging over 100. And he's up there with the very best. And I talk about mental strength. And the use of that grey matter is not like us, Danny. He uses it really well.
Someone would say, speak for yourself. But yeah, I'm hearing you, Bazid Khan. So typical of a keeper. So quick on his feet, good with his hands. Look at that. Not going to get a run, but he's just in control. We know he's in good form. But he opens up both sides of the wicket, onside, offside. And then again, those cheeky little impish dabs, uppercuts, quite brilliant. 2021 this year in T20 internationals. He is way out in front. Quite extraordinary Mohammad Rizwan with all his shot selection. Then you get the class of Babar Azam with all of his stroke play and genius. Bodes well for this World Cup for those in green. So's the So's. He had to fight back here. Trent Boult on the other side of the equation. Going on and waxing lyrical about the batters. But from the bowling perspective, he's had to fight back. First one went for 4. And he's bowled, yes, he's bowled a wide, but he's fought back here, Trent Boult. And can he finish this off now and only go for 5? Or even get a wicket, Baz? See you cheering it on. Ouch. Oh dear. Deep breaths at the end of 3. It's 14 for none.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটিক মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 14 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
Yeah, so very uncomfortable for Mohammad Rizwan. Southey. It's not bad. It's, again, there's a subtle change of pace. And again, the bounce. Little variations with a new ball. Some bounce a bit more, and then others just skid through.
And he wanted short of a land, just skidding through.
Ouch.
But it's that length we talk about in charge, as back of a length, short of a length.
Yeah, a little too short. Yeah, but that last ball of the previous over, it's in hit Rizwan in the midships. Again, it's just that skid on it straight. It's the other thing. We keep going on about keeping the stumps, the wickets, into play. So aim at the 3 stumps, have that great line. And if your length's just subtle and different, but what you're trying to achieve is in that variation and bounce here on this slow Sharjah surface that was relayed late last year. Yeah, another good change-up. That Guptill again. Oh, he's good in that inner circle there as Marty G. Of course, we're inside the power play and only 2 men allowed outside the 30-yard circle in the first 6 overs. New Zealand is very keen to get a wicket or 2 inside the power play. Wider on the crease. And it disappears for 4. Rizwan again.
It's the pick-up leg side yet again. Gets into position so early and sets himself for that short of a length into his body delivery. It's almost a half sweep, half pull. We've seen this so many times. Connects, gets it to the fence.
It was Southey came wider on the crease there and it just went with the angle. See, now he's gone in close to the stumps. There's protection there in the form of Trent Boult. But he's just so good there, Rizwan. Again, other players would just happily play that more with a full blade and just ease it into the onside. But no, he's gone for the horizontal stroke with those wrists of his. 6 off, 1 to go here in the 4th. And again, it's about the rotation of strike. So busy, both these gentlemen. Opening the batting for Pakistan. Skipper with the last one. Guptill got something on this, incredibly. Saves 4. They end up getting 2. 8 off. 22 without loss here.
Oh, green tea, right? তো বলি স্কিন এত সুন্দর কেন? থ্যাঙ্কস, বাট নর্মাল টি। এখন নিশ্চয়ই পার্লারে না, ডিরেক্ট পার্টিতে।
সবাই তো জিলাস হবি। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন, ডাবল ময়শ্চারে ডাবল কেয়ারে বিউটিফুল স্কিন। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
Oh, it's just got a little rowdier here in Sharjah. Haven't lost a wicket yet. It's Trent Bolt. Oh, it's just too easy. Oh, yeah. They're loving it here if you're in green.
Square off the wicket. This time to the offside. The timing perfect. Slams it into the ground. And it's just bounced over the fielder. Pace on the ball used by Rizwan.
Yeah, got plenty to think about and plenty to worry about here, the Black Caps, because here's another stat of note between these two opening batsmen, Rizwan and Bubba. The pair of them have put on 3 150-plus stands in the last 10-20 internationals. T20s, that is. I'll get it out in the end. The last 10 T20 internationals, these two have put on 150-plus. Oh, it's been hectic. On and off the park. Bolt. He's going to have to produce some magic here. Not there.
You talked about the partnership, and then you talk about this man, Babar Azam. Look at where he strikes the ball, right underneath his eyes. You can draw a line from his head down to the strike point. It's absolutely underneath his eyes. That's why he gets the power, the control. And it seems so easy because his strike points, Babar's strike points, are so good.
Yeah, not too dissimilar to Kane Williamson, both of them. So beautifully balanced and hit the ball so late. And that's for me. He feels he's missed out there, but still the in position and the control with the swivel. Rizzy having a nice little chat with Trent Bolt. They've seen each other a lot in recent times. Now look at this against, well, anything.
What about that? No clear bowler type weakness. That tells you he's top class.
Oh, he sure is, Bazid Khan. And he's such a joy to watch. No matter who you support, you love seeing the best in the business doing their thing. Yeah, no timing there, but in such control here, given that they know what they're chasing. Of course, it's only 135, so they can't put on one of those 150-plus scores. Not tonight, anyway. Now got a bit of a Mexican wave going around. Crowd revving each other up here on both sides of this super stadium. Very much a stacked offside field. Mid-on's going back to long off. Fine leg comes up. Yeah, score another one. So 6 off 5. It's 28 without loss now.
কেউ জানুক আর না জানুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। তাই ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ইনস্ট্যান্ট হ্যান্ড স্যানিটাইজার।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
লাক্সারিয়াস সিল্কি ফিনিশিং ও অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল প্রপার্টি সমৃদ্ধ বার্জার লাক্সারি সিল্ক ইমালশন শুধুই গ্ল্যামারাস দেহ, আমার স্মৃতি রাঙিনা।
Pakistan chasing 135 to win this match. At the same stage, after 5 overs, New Zealand had got off to a better start. They were 36 for no wicket, but lost their way in the middle overs. And towards the end, they were losing wickets, not scoring boundaries. Southey. Oh, it's knocked him over. And that It's 100 wickets in T20 international cricket for Tim Southee. And he's got the big one. He's got the skipper. Babar Azam, he's gone for 9.
That's the wicket that they've been looking for all this while. They've been trying to pitch the ball up, spray here or there, largely through the onside. They've been hit the bowlers. Change of pace from Southee gets Babar Azam for 9, 28 for 1.
সবুজ বিপ্লবের স্বপ্নদ্রষ্টা জাতির পিতা বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমানের ছবি দিয়ে তৈরি বিশ্বের সর্ববৃহৎ শস্যচিত্র এবার স্থান করে নিল গিনেস বুক অব ওয়ার্ল্ড রেকর্ডসে। বাংলাদেশের এই গৌরবময় অর্জনের অংশীদার হতে পেরে ন্যাশনাল এগ্রি কেয়ার গর্বিত।
এনএসসি ন্যাশনাল এগ্রি কেয়ার, এসো স্বপ্ন ফলাই।
কিন্তু প্যানেলের গ্যারান্টি শুধুমাত্র কঙ্কা এলজিটিভি দিচ্ছে প্যানেলের 4 বছরের গ্যারান্টি।
বুঝতেই পারছেন কি হবে স্মার্ট ডিসিশন।
কঙ্কা, সাধ্যের মধ্যে সবটুকু।
Matthew Hayden there in the front, the former Australian great opening batsman. He's the batting consultant for Pakistan in this tournament. Fakhar Zaman in at 3. And when he gets in a hurry, he really does motor. 46 in the ICC T20I rankings. Sometimes the most unorthodox array of strokes. That best that 91 against Australia in Harare 3 years ago. Round the wicket. Tim Southee just altering the trajectory, and Tim Southee then notches up a milestone, a personal milestone that is, of 100 wickets, and he's done this with a slower ball. You see how he's just changed the grip and he's just ripped his fingers down the inside of the ball. It's like a fast off spinner, off cutter, off spinner, whatever it is. It's slow arriving, and that's why Babar Azam was through with the stroke. Well bowled Tim Southee. Short. Nicely dealt with by Rizwan. Goodness, he's got quick hands. Very quick hands.
Would you say, Alan, that they've been slightly short of length, especially to Rizwan? Even though he's getting to 100 T20I wickets, he would want to get more from here, not just stay on the 1 wicket that he's already managed. He's an important member in this New Zealand bowling lineup, alongside Trent Boult.
Oh, Fakhar Zaman just swings the bat, his feet rooted to the surface, hasn't moved at all across the crease. So an historic landmark for Tim Southee, the third man to reach the 100. Shakib Al Hassan, 117 wickets. Lasit Malinga, 107. Rashid Khan needs one more. Shahid Afridi now. Are we going to see him again? He's had a few retirements and encores. I doubt it. Leg side, down the leg side. It just flicks the pad, so it's not going to be a wide.
They want a tight line and length from Tim Southee.
You're saying what a key player is, Anjum. He's 330 test wickets, 190 one-day wickets, and he's demolished opposition batting lineups with swing, with pace. And it's 6 gone, power play done, 30 for 1.
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর প্যান্টন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি, ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-10।
ঠিক আছে, খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 14.90
We're going to see Tim. Pardon, it's not. It's Mitchell Santner is going to bowl here now. Mitchell Santner, the left arm spinner, does tweak the ball. We didn't see the ball spin. You won't see it spin much from Imad Wasim because he tends to just generally sort of drift the ball in when he bowls into the pads of right-handers, but it's a different grip on the ball from Mitchell Santner. Power play, first 6 overs, 30 for 1 the score. Ooh, it's gone fine. It might not be stopped. It will be 4. Just a little bottom edge on that. It's enough.
It's a very easy stroke for Rizwan to negotiate. He's been impressive down the leg side. He's received a lot of deliveries in that region. Might not have timed it to perfection, but good enough to get it to the boundary.
Quite a loop we're seeing here from Mitchell Santner. Now, when we saw Shakib Al Hassan in Oman, he bowled it slowly, tantalizing it, and also when he bowled it here against Sri Lanka, he did the same thing. That was bowled at a slower pace of 87. So Mitchell Santner's trying to bowl with a loop. Murali Kartik was on commentary at the time and he was explaining the nuances and intricacies of left arm spin bowling, how you have to be brave to bowl it slowly and that you change your wrist under the ball to get a certain loop on the ball, and you've got to be brave to be able to deliver it slowly. A little bit quicker that time.
Oh, yes, lad, yes, lad.
Just a shade quicker at 91, but these differences in pace, variation, just gets batsmen to think differently. Oh, Martin Guptill.
And then jump.
Martin Guptill. It was hit flush on the foot from Haris Rauf, who was express pace tonight. Here we go. There's the oh. Yeah, you know that's hurt. So he's had enough. So they're going to have to protect Martin Guptill. 7 gone, 36 for 1.
এইটা নেন, তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না।
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে। তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
Oh, I think he's won the contest. Definitely. Yeah, it's good atmosphere in here in Sharjah for this match. New Zealand 134 for 8, restricted after some outstanding pace bowling, exemplary bowling from Haris Rauf. 4 for 22, his best figures. Jimmy Neesham now, picked up by Fakhar Zaman. Well, Haris Rauf, his friends at the Lahore Qalandars, will be very happy to see this. He bowled with great pace.
Yeah, he dismissed Martin Guptill early on, then got the wicket of Devon Conway. Finished with figures of 4 for 22, outstanding numbers. The pace with which he bowled, the consistency that he brought to his bowling. The pressure on the New Zealand batters was right through. Whether it was Hassan Ali or Haris Rauf, they maintained that pressure on.
In fact, it was a double spearhead of Lahore Qalandars with Shaheen Shah Afridi and Haris Rauf doing the franchise proud tonight here in Sharjah. And they'll get a leg by here. Don't think there was any bat involved there. Shuminisham is a genuine all-rounder. He didn't stay around long enough for the bat tonight. There's a problem for New Zealand in the sense that Lockie Ferguson has been ruled out of the World Cup with a calf injury. Oh, that's typical of Hafiz Zaman. He just seems to have his own set of rules.
He's been brilliant, Rizwan, but knowing the very fact that his strength has been taking anything that's coming into his body or on the leg side down towards the boundary or negotiating it very well, the area where the New Zealand bowlers have bowled to him, width outside the off stump, of course, is going to be punished. Largely the boundary bowls are the ones that he's very good at coming and targeting at his body. So whilst it's important to be aware of which is the shorter side or the longer side of the body, of the boundary correction, but it's also important to know what's the strength of the batter. Just feel third over for Trent bowled. Of course, it's part of the plan to get spin on offer early on. Third over to Trent bowled. And then a lot of deliveries heading down leg side for Rizwan hasn't helped the New Zealand bowlers.
It's wide and just on that line. There's a blue line there as an aid to the umpires. If it's outside that, then umpires generally call it a wide. There you go. There's that blue line. And it's delivered out of the side of the hand. See, the fingers have come down inside the ball. It's a lot slower. And he's taken an absolute leap at it, isn't he, Fakasaman? Describe that one, Anjem. Describe that shot. It's the sort of dancing, running, cover drive smash.
It was just a little too far away from the left-hander.
It was the cha-cha off drive. Strong down there. That's where Fakasaman is strong. Down the ground. 8 gone. 39 for 1.
শিরশির অনুভূতিকে দ্রুত হার মানান সেন্সোডাইন র্যাপিড রিলিফের সঙ্গে 60 সেকেন্ডে কার্যকরী, ক্লিনিক্যালি প্রমাণিত।
আর মেক্সিকান মশলার মাইন্ড ব্লাস্টিং ফ্লেভারের ডিটোস পাবো হবে জোস যদি থাকে ডিটোস।
Pakistan, after 8 overs, 39 for 1. At this stage, New Zealand were 48 for 1. And New Zealand began to lose their way in the middle overs when they needed to step on the accelerator. Ish Sodi, the leg spinner. Tall man, he gets bouts, natural bouts.
Prior to the start of the game, Kane Williamson had a chat with his spinner and he was probably asking him and how comfortable would he be bowling early on in the innings against these two batters.
Switch hit.
And he saw him for a long time that the chat went on. It's just prior to the start of the second innings. There's that height factor is definitely there. He does get a time to get enough revs on the ball.
Oh, he's gone big. What a crunching blow that is. Oh, that's over the stands. Fakasaman, let's rip.
You just got to be very sure where you land that ball in front of a left-hander. He's very strong on the sweep stroke. I was just landing in his arc. Tipped from the leg spinner, allowing time for the left-hander Fakhar Zaman to getting underneath that bounce. Big stroke.
What a crack. Really did make such a good noise. And just 1-6 just changes the numbers on the board. It was 8.25 required rate. It's now under 8, just with that one blow. 3 men back on the leg side.
Perfect. Everything was right about that stroke from Fakhar Zaman.
He's hit it such straight mid-wicket. T20worldcup.com, play of the day. Check out the winning play of the day on that website. So Fakhar Zaman, I think, has come in here, and his natural game is to attack and literally knock bowlers out of their stride and just knock them out of their comfort zone, and he does it in his own unique fashion.
And batting at number 3 instead of opening the innings for Pakistan. That spot's taken already. Babar Azam Rizwan.
Oh, that's a big shout from the keeper. Michael Goff says no, he's not interested. Oh, well, that's a bit sloppy. But just for a moment. No, they've gone for the referral.
To the umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. The original decision is not out. I can confirm it's a fair delivery. So we go into front on screen vision. Okay, can we go to Ultra Edge to see whether it's pad or bat first there, please? Roll through, roll through. Okay, it's definitely pad first, so we can go through to ball treatments available, please. Coming up now, pitching in line, impact in line. And wickets is hitting. I needed to get you to change the decision to out, Michael. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You can make your signal now.
It's all 3 reds that light up, and that's a very good review by New Zealand. Fakhar Zaman trapped LBW by Ish Sodhi. He's gone for 11. 47 for 2.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার। বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
Mohammad Hafiz, so experienced. And you just feel that Pakistan will need this experience here now. Sometimes chasing a low target can be one of the trickier aspects of a chase in T20 international cricket. But Mohammad Hafiz, the man they call the professor, he works things out. Such a neat player. He's been such a good player for many years. Oh, well bowled. Jimmy Neesham, bit of a spring in the step now for New Zealand. They've removed a danger man here in Pakistan.
Very good review. Very, very good. It was largely dependent on, of course, the bowler and the keeper having a chat. Anish Sodhi just felt that it had impacted the leg prior to the bat.
Contrasting emotions. Nagasaman. Two's the call. Oh, no, no. Hafiz didn't want it at all. Rizwan fancied scampering back for a second. Hafiz didn't. Rizwan is like a greyhound between the stumps. He really is so fast. And also, Mohammad Hafiz, you know, he's at the non-strikers end. He's only just come in. And he wants to have a look at it. He wants to just sit out his stall, have a look, make an assessment. Well, is that making an assessment? How about 6 off the first ball you received? Mohammad Hafiz.
That's experience for you. 41-year-old is not taking a backward step. He's using all his experience, skill that he possesses, Mohammad Hafiz, and is making the moves on the front foot, going with the stroke, going with the flow. Ball is pitched up. And he is dominating from ball number 1.
Just wonder the thought processes there of Mohammad Hafiz. He's just come in, and I said he wants to make an assessment. Bang, 6. First ball. You were a top order bat. Come on, tell us.
Neesham didn't have a very good first over. I'm sensing that he will obviously try to bowl a fuller ball or a good length delivery. It's just about being prepared of where the ball is going to land. If it's there in the zone, I am going to go at it. There isn't protection in the deep. It was there pitched up. There wasn't a fielder protecting the boundary on the offside. Just had to get it over the infield. So just be ready, be aware. If the ball is landing in the strength area for a batter, you go. No holding back.
Rizwan just so easily knocks it leg side. Infuriating for the bowler because he's literally walking into the shot, walking into the ball. Hafiz plays differently, plays from a much more stationary position.
He also brings a lot of calmness in the middle order. We've seen there's a flare in the early part. There is aggression with Babar Azam. There is aggression with Rizwan, and both of them have batted really well.
Chips him leg side this time. Hafiz got his eye in against Jimmy Neesham. Makes it look very easy. 10 gone, it's 58 for 2. And it will be a drinks break.
ভাবছেন এসি চালালেই বাড়বে বিদ্যুৎ বিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রি এসির ইনভার্টার টেকনোলজি বাঁচায় বিদ্যুৎ খরচ আর পরিবেশ বান্ধব গ্যাস বাঁচায় পরিবেশ। গ্রি এসি একটু বেশিই ঠান্ডা।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
Players enjoying a refreshment here in Sharjah. one not out. So we've had Babar Azam out, Fakir Zaman out just more recently for 11. Hafiz, and he's boshed one over the fence already. And 9 not out, just a few extras. And this dynamic duo out there again. What a great start from the skipper. There's some nice stroke play early on, Sonny.
Yes, and of course, Rizwan loves to play this full hike placement over there as well. And then Babar was deceived by the slower one. But Rizwan carried on. Then Zaman hit an absolute terrific shot. He was trapped leg before. Michael Goff thought that maybe there was a bit of bat on it. There was a bit of bat, but only after it had hit the pads. And so they referred, and the referral was in New Zealand's favour. But that wasn't going to deter Mohamed Hafiz.
Yeah, they need wickets inside the power play. It hasn't quite happened that way for the New Zealanders. Saudi with his 100th. And Ishodi picking up an early wicket in his first. So at 134 for 8, seems a little skinny at the stage. It's probably a good 20-odd, 30-odd short, really, if you're really honest about it. And 58 for 2 after 10, in control and cruising. Bit of Mitch Santner running away from us here at the pavilion end. He's just such a good hustler. There's Mohammad Rizwan. He's with Hafiz. Fantasy point scorers this match, no surprises, with his best of. At 4 for 22, his best outing in T20 internationals, way out in front, Haris Ralph. What a great story around that, because just 3.5 years ago, he wasn't playing any hardball cricket. Now look at him. He's on the circuit. He's played down under, franchise cricket, like home with powerful franchise cricket. And of course for Pakistan, Haris Ralph has done exceptionally well in such a short time. Wonderful talent. Haris Ralph. Well, he's a good touch player. Some you've seen a lot of Hafiz over the years, very mature in thinking.
Yes, he knows how to pace the innings. And he's played some amazing blistering knocks as well. But right now, he recognizes the situation that Rizwan's man who's batting well. So he's giving him more of the strike. Rizwan a lot more unorthodox. Hafiz on the other, and a little more correct, a little more classical, you could say.
When they are in the same mindset and groove, Pakistan, immense talent, and have a lot of X factor. Of course, previous winners, 09. That's when it was in England. Some star quality for sure.
Look at the way he's rotating the strike, Mohammad Hafiz. He hit a 6 of the first ball he received. After that now, working the ones, ensuring no dot balls.
I thought it too, but this again, this is just saying, Sonny G, lots of singles, everyone's 5 singles, are rotating beautifully.
The required rate is a little under 8. So they're cruising at the moment. You can say that 72 from 55.
Up and over. Is there a chance? Conway! Put a cape on him as well. Devon Conway, that is going to be in the vault locker for sure. Family are here as well in Sharjah. This is right off the top shelf. Devon Conway. Hafiz is out for 11.
This has got to be one of the all-time great catches. Losing his feet, looking to get it to the left of that fielder. Look at that. Look at the ground he's made. And then he dives. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're absolutely right. You need to put a cape on him. Superman. Hafiz is gone for 11. It's 63 for 3.
কেউ ভাবুক আর না ভাবুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল স্যানিটাইজিং হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Devon Conway, extraordinary. Think about Aiden Markram down in Abu Dhabi for South Africa just the other day against Australia to get rid of Steve Smith. He was flying that day there, Aiden Markram. So here tonight is Devon Conway. Quite extraordinary. And here's Shoaib Malik, down into his early 40s these days. Incredible. Still playing. Made his debut back in 1999. Last century. Time for a bit more of Ish Sodhi. He's had one. He's got a wicket. Got rid of Hafiz. Wifey's in the house. Sanya is here. Watching hubby. Number 5, and saw him in the Caribbean recently. Not the most productive time for Shoaib Malik. Here he is for Pakistan. And he's off the mark and underway here is shown. What a catch.
Looking to make a little bit of room, going down the leg side and looking to hit it up between long off and extra cover. And look at that. Anybody else, it would have been a boundary. But what an effort this is. Unbelievable. Super effort. Eat your heart out, Fabian Allen. I remember one of those. We got a franchise cricket in Florida a few years ago. Just like that. Conway's. This is in a World Cup though. And this is 4 more bets to Rizzy. Oh, brilliant. It's a rank long off, isn't it? Halfway down the pitch at 86 kilometers per hour. Gave him the opportunity to pick a spot. That's what he's done. Look at that. Halfway down. Hit me. That's what the ball had written over it. Hit me. Hit me.
Oh, width. And it is going to be signalled by Richard Kettleborough. Real-time replay. Here we go. On the box. Oh, freak. Oh, I love the modern era. Yeah, it's like that, wasn't it? Proper. Oh, skidded. And Kevin! Think he thinks it's gone too, does he? Does he want to come upstairs? Got plenty of time.
Well, he's a man in form. He's batted so well a couple of days ago. Think he'll probably go for it. I don't think he's taken it. He has decided not to take it. So he's gone for 33, Rizwan. 69 for 3.
Oh, he's got another one. Skids on. This is pitch. Yeah, I think so. Definitely hitting midland leg quite comfortably. 69 for 4. Tricky position. Rizwan out for 33. It is that 69 for 4 now.
শিরশির অনুভূতিকে দ্রুত হার মানান সেন্সোডাইন র্যাপিড রিলিফের সঙ্গে 60 সেকেন্ডে কার্যকরী ক্লিনিক্যালি প্রমাণিত।
আর মেক্সিকান মশলার মাইন্ড ব্লাস্টিং ফ্লেভারের ডিটোস পাউডার হবে জোস যদি থাকে ডিটোস।
The Maguasine, he's in at number 6 scorecard, and here he is. Still need 66 from 50. Left-handed all-rounder, the Maguasine out in the middle now.
He bowled so well. When New Zealand were batting, he really bowled well in Maguasine. Coming to bat at number 6. He's an all-rounder. He's got a very good strike rate of almost 146.
It's going to squeeze through and get another run for the team. So 7 off the 12th. It's 7.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার। বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 14 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
Vantage point wherever you can. And at this famous ground in Sharjah, the neighbouring buildings, apartments, they're watching Pakistan taking on New Zealand. So many fans from Pakistan in this part of the world. Excited. Noise and atmosphere from inside the stadium. They're out in the streets loving it. Nation. The cloth, that little miss hit. Might come back for 2. Yeah, a really good throw. Would have been interesting to make Shoaib Malik hustle.
That was the last wicket. Looked to flick it to the onside, playing across the line. And he was right in front. The ball hurried off the pitch for Sodhi. And a well-set batsman. Well-set Rizwan back in the pavilion. 2 new batsmen at the crease now. This is New Zealand's chance to turn the screws. But they've got the experienced Malik and Imad, who's a very, very good cricketer.
Well, handsome looking stroke, but there is protection. Not quite the timing. Well, Shoaib Malik, he's on strike now, and he's the only Pakistan player to play international cricket in 4 decades. As I mentioned there, 1999, so that's the 1990s, 2000s, 2010s, and now the 2020s for Shoaib Malik. Extraordinary. So we got this packed offside field, as you can imagine. Mid-off's going to go back to a long off. So third man comes out, fine legs back, deep. Backward square, extra cover on the fence. And Conway's gone back to a long off. Oh, having a look. No harm done. Yeah, magic moment from the Caribbean back in 2010.
Martin Gupta takes the catch. Ian Butler has done it.
Oh, thrilling. 1-run victory there in Barbados for the Black Caps. Butler dismissing Abdul Rahman. the final ball. So you just never know in this shortened format, the T20 version. Yeah, Guptill on fire. 133 for 7 was enough just by the slimmest of margins. Yeah, back in the day of it, Mills, McCullum, Ian Butler, Shane Bond, who's here as a coaching staff. The class of 2021 in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Yeah, those were the days. Been around a while, Marty G. Well, was it off the pad? I think so only. Goff said, yep, confirmation. Just a bit of pad.
Pretty lucky to get away with it. Otherwise, it would have been a wide down the leg side.
Yeah, confirmation. Just caressing the pad through to Seifert. And those angles, yeah, you're so right, Sonny G. You've got to be careful. The right arm quicker bowler to a left hand, if you get into that zone, even on off stump sometimes, you're going to get picked off. It's wide, and Southey does well. Really well, because I think Williamson might have put him off. 75 for 4 now.
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
ঠান্ডা বা গরম কিছু খেলে দাঁতে যে শিরশিরে অনুভূতি হয় সেটাই দাঁতের সেনসিটিভিটি। দ্রুত সমাধান না করলে এটি আরও গুরুতর হতে পারে। ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন, কারণ সেন্সোডাইন দাঁতের সেনসিটিভিটি থেকে আরাম দেয়।
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর প্যারাফিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি, ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
The party atmosphere continues here in Sharjah. The fans piling in. It's not quite a full house. It's not allowed to be for obvious reasons. So I think it's I think we're allowed, what, 75-80% capacity, that is. So just take one and be happy. Down the ground, Ahmad Wasim. It's back to you, Shoaib Malik. Games tomorrow. We've had a 2 for Tuesday. Now, moving into Wednesday, England versus Bangladesh. The afternoon game from Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi. And then Scotland, Namibia. Yes. Namibia in their first Super 12 of this T20 World Cup. Both down there in Abu Dhabi. It's nicely played. Just sensible, nothing rash. Required rate is, now let's call it 8.7s.
Well, these are, of course, early days, but that is the points table for this group, which is India as well. Pakistan, Afghanistan with wins in their first matches, top of the table. Well, the pressure now beginning to build up, because now the required rate is almost 9 and over. Looking at 58 needed from 39 deliveries. Just a couple of sixes will bring it down, of course. But they've lost 4 wickets.
They're so good there in the V, straight back past the bowler or long on or long off. It's such a go-to area for Ahmad Wasim.
Exactly 9 now, the required rate. Exactly 9. And in the other group, we'll find that England, Sri Lanka, Australia, and South Africa are top of the table. Though South Africa have played one more game than England, Sri Lanka, and Australia.
Yeah, a little bit too straight, too leg side-ish. Sodhi. So 1 to go. They've been content, Pakistan, just to rotate it a little. So 4 singles so far. And Ahmad Wasim, is he eyeing up straight? Loves to go back over the sight screen or long off. Such a go-to zone.
Yeah, last ball of his third over for Ish Sodi. Got to ball another one because this was a wide down the leg side.
That's the danger now because you get the extra delivery. Last thing the fielding side wants is just to go to a boundary or 6. 6 so far. It goes for the maximum. Suddenly it's 12 off. Really does ruin. Decent bit of work here from Ishodi. What's he got here? He did get down. Chapman does well. So 7 off the 14th, 82 for 4.
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ডওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
ঠান্ডা বা গরম কিছু খেলে দাঁতে যে শিরশিরে অনুভূতি হয় সেটাই দাঁতের সেন্সিটিভিটি। দ্রুত সমাধান না করলে এটি আরও গুরুতর হতে পারে। ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন, কারণ সেন্সোডাইন দাঁতের সেন্সিটিভিটি থেকে আরাম দেয়।
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর প্যান্টিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি, ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
Mellow. Those more expensive seats, you'd have to say. Corporates there, just chilling out. Very passionate fans in green. Big flags, big moustaches. Yeah, there's a proper mo. Do love a mo. Yeah, his families are in the house. Tour group and the players' families. Great to see. We're going to have a bit more of Trent Bolt. He's had half his quota. A bit more pace back on.
Who are they going to target? They have to target a bowler. Nisham's got 1 over left. He's bowled 3 for 18. That's a good economy rate, just 6 runs and over. Santner again also 1 over left, 1 for 18. Bolt has got 2, 1 more after this one. And Sodi's got 1.
Oh, another night. Hit him! There's the call. Excited there. Fielders in the ring. Yeah, again, it's the fractionally later, Sonny. Would have gone down to third man. Man was up inside the circle.
Because that's what you're looking to target. Shoaib Malik. He was taking it easy, then suddenly saw Chapman, the 12th man, having a shy at the stumps.
So got the lefty on now, Wasim. Bolt just wanting to have a little chat here. Mitch Santner inside the circle on the onside, the only man. He swapped around, so it's not a wide, it's a switch. Says Michael Goff, that's right.
We actually saw that he was looking to play the switch. This is where you have the bowlers you want to target. You want to target maybe a Jimmy Neesham. He's bowled well, 6 runs and over. Bolt has been outstanding. Saudi has been outstanding, under 5 runs. Saudi only 4 runs and over.
Slow under, well played. Ahmad Wasim stands, delivers, waits for it, and collects forward.
These are pitches where the ball will stop and come. And that's exactly what's happened with this delivery. It wasn't a slow delivery. It was bowled at about 135 kilometers per hour. It was banked halfway down. It allowed Ahmad Wasim to pick that spot. Good shot. Very good shot. No protection there for Bolt.
It just sat over, didn't it? Just showed the nature of the surface. It's a bit slow. Don't give in! Oh, and he's going to limp off, is he? Or does he want to come upstairs? Ahmad Wasim. He's having a look and he's had insult to injury. He's going to have to hobble off. They're asking Shoaib Malik, should we go upstairs, mate? And too late, gone. He's going to have to hobble back to the dressing room as Ahmad Wasim for just 11.
Once again, he seemed to give an indication to Trent Bolt what he was going to do. You can see that. He's looked to switch it on. He's been hit just above that back knee. There's no protection there. When the pad falls up front, that part of the leg is exposed, and he was bang in front of the stumps. Gone for 11, 5 down 87.
কেউ বুঝুক আর না বুঝুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতেই। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
তেমন নাম তেমন কাজ।
এনএসসি ন্যাশনাল এগ্রিকেয়ার, এসো স্বপ্ন ফলাই।
Five down here for 87. Safali, just give it a lick and oh, this is beautifully played. For your first delivery, pace on from back. It disappears with hit 15 and it's 91 for 5.
New batsman at the crease, and he's bowled it halfway down and just allowed him to use the extra pace. Run it down for a boundary. 91 for 5 after 15.
এইটা নেন। তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না।
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে। তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউটসার্স কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
91 for 5. Sodi with his last 2 for 22. So much resting on the shoulders of Shoaib Malik. This one was the last for Trent Bolt. A dismissal of Ahmad Wasim, trapped plumb in front and would have hurt as well. Buzzard Khan.
And just quietly, this game's become really tense. It's become close. And you would have thought that Pakistan were leading, but as always, New Zealand fight, they scrap, they didn't have a chance.
Two very good players at the crease still. Asif Ali, Shadab Khan to come, who can bat, is more than useful. Hassan Ali can strike the ball, so Pakistan's still in a very good position. It's that run rate. It's probably a boundary and over now.
And Shoaib Malik, his strong zone is hitting straight down the ground to the spinners, and he'll be looking for anything in his zone. He's just calculating which delivery to hit back over the top.
Tried to swing that one away and can't get anything on it. The more deliveries that go by without a boundary just adds to a little bit of that pressure.
And you feel these are a couple of big deliveries. Shoaib Malik is going to charge.
There it was. Didn't get it that well, but well enough to get 4. The centre was very wide.
He's always aiming for that straight down the ground. He got to the pitch, maybe got too close to the ball, but enough of that pat on the ball, and it goes screaming to the fence. Now does he preempt Sodhi? Does he stay back?
Well, he said he has to get out of the spell. Still only 6 runs from the over. He'd be okay with a 1 or a dot. And find a way to finish off his spell. It's been a good one. He'll pinch a leg by, and it will end the 16th and end Sodhi's spell 2 for 28. 98 for 5.
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যালপিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
একটা ঠান্ডা না
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
ঠিক আছে, খরচ কমছে। ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
$91 for 5 at the end of the 15th. So 7 runs from the 16th over. Options for New Zealand. Tim Southey's got 1 to go. He'll finish out now. Trent Bolt 1. Jimmy Neesham 1. Mitchell Santner 1. As an option to go to Daryl Mitchell, who at times in New Zealand bowls only at the death. 2 overs. For his franchise side. Pace off. Don't know if Kane Williamson's brave enough to throw the ball to Mitchell late in the piece, but that's what he does. He just bowls the last over or 2 in a game and has done it quite a lot.
The interesting part of all that is, will he bowl Satner for that 1 over? Does he risk that? Asif Ali likes pace. This should be a matchup. Saudi, if he gives him pace, Asif Ali can strike the ball. Strong runs, leg side.
What about down the ground for 6? Lovely strike. Slow ball. Half volley. Bang.
He does have that power. He can clear any ground. That one in his zone, and he just struck it through. Was pace off, but too full. Smashed, crashed out of the ground.
Oh, you love that loader. That little loader. Back lift. Strong wrists. Asif Ali. That's why I say Pakistan was still, I thought, just in front of the game. With the power of Asif Ali, the experience of Malik at the moment. And again, half a dozen more. Bang! Goes Asif Ali.
Has this knocked the stuffing out of New Zealand? Couple of deliveries, 12 runs, that one a slow one, into the pitch, too short. It's pace off, but it's too much time. He waited for it, and gone bang. Smacked out of his presence.
Oh, again, it's that loader. Love watching that loader. Where does Southey go now? Jams him up. It's too high. It's too high, I think. Given not out. Chat between Williamson and Southey now. They'll go upstairs. They'll have a look. Hopeful more, I would think.
To Director, we have a play review for LBW. The original decision is not out. I can confirm it's a fair delivery, so we can go on to front and spin vision, please. Okay, there's a centimetre bet involved there, but we go through to Ultra Edge to confirm, please. Yep, let's roll it through. Keep rolling it through. Make there's a flat line, no bat involved. So we can go through to ball tracking when available, please. There we go now, Michael. Pick this off. Impact in line. Lucas is missing. So you can stay with your original decision of not out. So I'll let you know on your on screen. You can make your signal now.
Good decision, Michael Goff. Going over the top. Terrific over so far from Pakistan. Pace on, can't get bad on that one. Just a question about Santner quickly. Buzzard Khan, economy rate of 9.94 at the death, so a little bit expensive, but strike rate 9.7, so takes wickets.
And after these couple of blows, Santner will be looking at an option. And you know this short of land, just putting it up there, Asif Ali has immense strength. This last ball, he's going to have a dip as well.
Helmet, right in the helmet. They'll gather around, make sure everything's okay. The New Zealanders concerned. Ends the 17th, 111 for 5.
গ্রিন টি রাইট? তাই তো বলি, স্কিন এত সুন্দর কেন? থ্যাঙ্কস, বাট নর্মাল টি। এখন নিশ্চয়ই পার্লারে না, ডিরেক্ট পার্টিতে।
সবাই তো জিলাস হবেই। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন, ডাবল ময়শ্চারে ডাবল কেয়ারে বিউটিফুল স্কিন। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউটসার্চ কমছে, আর সেন্ট মানি তো ফ্রি।
Yeah, the compulsory concussion test is checking, asking his name and whatnot. Don't need to be funny here. Just answer what he's asking you. But again, just ball skidded off the surface, bit of extra bounce by the top edge and it gathered pace into the grill. It almost seems worse as you look at it in replay.
Yeah, straight away, Tim Seifert was up, talking to Asif Ali, making sure everything's okay. This is the sort of innings, though, that you're talking about at the back end of games, whether you're setting a score, whether you're chasing a score. Someone who gets you 24, 25 of 8, 9 balls, strike it over 200, they win you games. It's something New Zealand couldn't do at the back end of their innings, and Pakistan were brilliant, absolutely outstanding with the ball at the back end. Haris Ralph and Shaheen Shah Afridi. New Zealand just don't have this sort of power. What they do have is a man with great hands, a couple of them, in fact. Devon Conway, where were you for this?
Doesn't get better than that. Catch of the tournament for me.
Yeah, we were asked about that the other night, actually. There's been 3 so far that spring to mind. Check out the winning play of the day, t20worldcup.com/POTD. Aiden Markram's catch in the deep for South Africa. That was a beauty. Akhil Hussain diving away to his left arm spinner from the Caribbean. Alan Wilkins has given me Charles Amini. I missed that one, Alan. In Oman. Slashed away for 4 behind point, dragged down, poor start, Santner. Malik says, I'll have some.
Pakistan on the charge. And the attention is going out the window. Couple of sixes last over this one. Too short, too wide. Malik too good to miss out on that.
He wants to be slow and he wants to be wide of off stump, but the length has to be fuller. For Mitchell Santner, he doesn't want to give Malik the opportunity to go down the pitch, down the ground. Ball is for 2. Should get 2.
And suddenly that required rate is down to 6.75. And almost it's become comfortable for Pakistan.
They looked like they were in a little bit of trouble, a little bit of hurt. But as I said earlier, so much batting depth in this Pakistan outfit. They've got bowling aplenty. Batting depth, it's a very good side. This is high, hard, handsome, Miles. from Malik. That might be enough to seal it. 12 from 15 now.
Shoaib Malik just showing off. Down the ground, he is so strong against spin. It's by no means a half volley. He's just followed it with that back plane being so straight. Maximum.
Wonderful batting. Chip this one away. We'll look for two. No need. No need. This is such a good shot, Buzzard. I mean, when you look at the fact that it was not a half volley, as you said, he's had to wait. But it's all about the timing, all about that free-flowing swing of the bat. Shoaib Malik started slowly, just ramping it up now. Safali on strike. Again, that's good common sense. They'll push for two here and get it. Wonderful. Overthrows? No. Mitchell does well.
Down to single figures now. 9 required in a couple of overs of power hitting. And it's all good for Pakistan yet again. A bit of feeling in the game just by those big hits from Asif Ali. And obviously the bowling. Haris Rauf, exceptional.
Found their voice again. Pakistan faithful in the ground. Finishes with a dot. But another very good over. 15 coming from it. 1-2-6 for 5.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার। বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
সে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 14.90
In and around the UAE. Great following here in this part of the world that played 10 years of international cricket in the UAE, different venues across Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Dubai International Stadium. It's their second home, and it was their actual home for 10 years. It's been so good in the last little while to see Pakistan have cricket back at home. But this is a place where they feel at home. 138 international matches in Sharjah. 138. Mid wicket for two more, surely? No.
Such a lot of historic relevance to this ground, and traditionally it's a Pakistan supporting ground. And today it's been the same. The noise outside is unbelievable. And Pakistan haven't disappointed. As you said, it's a team with depth. Bowling, batting, you still look at the batting and you've got players like Shadab Khan and Hassan Ali to come. Asif Ali just struggling a little. Got hit in the grill. Just having a word with the physio. We'll have a check again.
He's done such a terrific job, Asif Ali, and it's only been 9 deliveries, but that knock on the head has obviously taken its toll a little bit. I wonder whether it is best, if he's not feeling great, to get someone else out there, but then you don't want someone else to have to do the job either. This is the incident. Back deep in the crease, top edge, straight into that grill and the peak of the helmet. It was a very, very solid blow. genuine concern here, and rightly so as well, for Asif Ali. Pakistan looking to go back-to-back to start this tournament. Terrific win, 10-wicket win over India just a couple of days ago. The Dubai International Stadium, the Ring of Fire. Stumbled a little bit in the middle of this contest. Lost wickets at 47, 63, 69 and 87, but this little partnership of 40 off 20 has turned things around completely. New Zealand would have felt they had a little bit of a chance. Options left, Bolt into his last, and then Jimmy Neesham, one remaining. New Zealand need a miracle from here. Pakistan in control, just 8 required from 11. How good a start would that be? 2 from 2. Pakistan get up tonight. They'll go to the top of Group 2 in the Super 12. New Zealand will sit alongside India and Scotland, having played one, lost one, if that's the case.
And if they go on to win this, they've won 2 big games. It's the nature of the group that probably the biggest challenges were India and New Zealand. Yes, Afghanistan to follow, but we've got Namibia and Scotland, and you expect Pakistan to do well there. Afghanistan, the only major challenge, major hurdle you would think. Stranger things have happened, but for Pakistan to win those first 2 big games means that they're well on their way.
Right, back to the action. One missing leg and no leg by. Yeah, you'd think all Indian fans would be hoping for Pakistan to win tonight as well. Keep New Zealand winless. New Zealand's next game is against India, so they're 2 perceived toughest games, and I agree with you. Afghanistan are not easy. Either Scotland will do everything they can, as will Namibia. But New Zealand start with what is perceived to be 2 of the tougher games in the fixture list, Pakistan and India. Towards long on, and 6 more. Don't worry about the head injury, Asif Ali. That is brilliant. His third 6, strike rate of 227, taking Pakistan home. 25 off 11, and this one's short. And he's got that power. He's almost muscled it, willed it over the fence. Brute strength really swung himself off his feet. And this little innings has made sure that Pakistan win this comfortably. Any bit of jitters that they had, this man on screen has removed them. Absolutely brilliant. 2 to win. That'll be it. That'll be enough. Pakistan will go back to back and start this ICC Men's T20 World Cup in style. Wins over India and New Zealand in their first 2 games. They have been brilliant tonight. First with the ball, and then, for the most part, with the bat to take the 2 points, Buzzard. They're 2-2, and 2 convincing wins. In the end, Pakistan won comfortably. Partnership of 48 of just 23. And it's only the second time that Pakistan have won their first 2 matches in a T20 World Cup. In 2012 in Sri Lanka they did that, but they're looking like a side that have got all the issues sorted. UAE is the preferred area to play T20 cricket, and it's showing. That man on screen didn't get runs today, but it looked good. Everybody in this game has contributed. The bowling's done well, and the batting in the end needed Asif Ali's blitz, but it always seemed as Pakistan were in front of the game throughout. Yeah, they'll feel very good about this, I'm sure. Pakistan, it's always difficult to back up what is a monumentous win with another one only 2 days later. They would have been on cloud 9 2 days ago. And to come back here to Sharjah against a good opponent in New Zealand and get the 2 points. Such a special performance. Keep their wits about them. It was led again by the bowling unit. Didn't take wickets up front tonight, Shaheen Shah Afridi. But he was very, very good. And it was Harris Ralph's night tonight. And if Shaheen doesn't get you, Ralph will. 4 wickets for Harris Ralph was superb. New Zealand made a fight of it. They really did. But you always felt that Pakistan had their noses in front of the game. And they've got the job done.
Harris Ralph and then the spinners with the squeeze and made sure that New Zealand didn't get many. And in the end, you think it was really comfortable. There was a little period where New Zealand thought they were in the game, but quickly shut down by Asif Ali's belligerent hitting and Shoaib Malik contributing yet again. No one has remained not out in a winning chase on more occasions in T20Is than Shoaib Malik. 17 now. Sort of not short of experience. And this Pakistan side, well, just keep an eye on them because they've emerged now as probably one of the favorites in the tournament.
And rightly so, Baz, rightly so. All the bases covered. Quality spin, good all-round options, and genuine pace. You don't need much more than that when it's power-packed as well. I mean, Shadab Khan still more than capable. Very good with the bat. Hassan Ali can find the boundary, strikes it well. But that little bit of power right at the end there. Asif Ali, 27 off 12. A decent start, Rizwan and Baba. Lost their first wicket at 28. Another one. There was one of those the other night that I saw after the win against India. You go to the man with the longest arms for a selfie, Buzz Khan, and that is Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Yes, you do. Correction, 18 games where he's remained not out at the end. Wickets for Satnam Saudi and Bolt, a couple for Sodi, but it was not enough runs to defend in the end. Pakistan just too strong and too clinical.
So New Zealand 134 for 8. Pakistan in reply 135 for 5. They take the 2 points, winning by 5 wickets. Time to go down on the ground. Anjum Chopra is there.
मुबारक हो हैरिस, बहुत शानदार प्रदर्शन आपका। पहले तो शानदार प्रदर्शन के लिए आपके लिए एक छोटी सी ट्रॉफी आपके साथ रखिए, पहले आप वो कबूल करें। मुबारक हो, इतनी अच्छी गेंदबाजी करी आपने, 4 सफलताएं आपके नाम और खास तौर पे मैच विनिंग प्रदर्शन किया आपने। कैसे समाप्त करेंगे इसको?
सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह ताला का शुक्र अदा करता हूँ इस परफॉर्मेंस पे, और उसके बाद जिस तरह टीम की एफर्ट थी, जिस तरह उन्होंने फील्ड के अंदर जिस तरह उन्होंने जो फील्डिंग की, सपोर्ट किया बॉलर्स को, और उसकी वजह से जिस तरह हमें विकेट्स मिली, और उसके बाद जिस तरह फैंस जिस तरह हमें सपोर्ट कर रहे थे थ्रू आउट, और उसकी वजह से हम बूस्टअप हो रहे थे और हमने उस तरह अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस हुई।
He's obviously thanking the fielders, the supporters and everyone for his wonderful performance. अगर आपकी गेंदबाजी की तरफ देखेंगे तो बहुत ज्यादा और अच्छे ऑप्शंस हैं, विकल्प हैं। आप कैसे एक अलग लेवल का कंपटीशन आपस में चला के रखते हैं?
सॉरी,
आपके बहुत सारे गेंदबाज हैं आपकी टीम के अंदर। जब आप सब इकट्ठे गेंदबाजी करते हैं और एक ऐसा अहम मुकाबला मैच खेलने को मिलता है, तो आपस में भी क्या कभी कंपटीशन रहता है गेंदबाजों का?
हाँ बिल्कुल, जिस तरह अब हमारे जिस तरह बॉलर्स हैं, इनके साथ मैं पिछले 2 साल से खेल रहा हूँ, मैं, शहीन, हसन भाई, और जिस तरह ये सपोर्ट करते हैं, जिस तरह हम अपने आपस में एक दूसरे से बातचीत करते हैं कि आज विकेट आज किस तरह बिहेव कर रहा है, अगर आपकी वेरिएशन, अगर यहाँ पे पिच जोन से वेरिएशन के लिए अच्छा है तो वहाँ पे हम वेरिएशन ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, तो एक दूसरे से जिस तरह बातचीत करते हैं उस तरह कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है और एक सपोर्ट मिलती है।
Obviously, he gets a lot of support from the pitch, the conditions, and he uses these conditions very well. सबसे शानदार सफलता जो आज आपको मिली, उन 4 सफलताओं में से सबसे बेहतरीन कौन सी लगी आपको?
देखिए जिस तरह सबसे जो अच्छी जो विकेट मुझे जिस तरह उन्होंने पावर प्ले में जिस तरह वो गप्टिल आउट हुआ, वो उनका एक जो मोमेंटम बन रहा था तो उसको तोड़ा, तो उसकी वो विकेट मेन थी।
He liked Martin Guptill's wicket the best of all his 4 wickets. बहुत मुबारक, congratulations.
थैंक यू सो मच। एक चीज जरूर मेंशन करूंगा, जिस तरह अपने जिस तरह फैमिली की दुआएं थी और जिस तरह लाहौर कलंदर की तरफ से उन्होंने जिस तरह मुझे सपोर्ट किया था और उनकी बदौलत आज इस जगह पे पहुंचा और उनका थैंक यू करूंगा।
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant from Harris Ralph tonight, 4 for 22, our player of the match. Talking about the crowd, talking about the options with the ball as well. Superb. There you go, 135 for 5.